set up. Let me get my stuff set up here.
Hold on, let me put a rap song in the background.
No rap. I'm white.
You had some intellectual conversations when you were gone, Jace.
I'm actually
sure.
from West LA, dude.
We're not gonna take
Southside,
anything
baby.
too seriously here. Let me get
Are we allowed to have
Never
mediocre
mind.
jokes?
huh?
I'm kind
Oh,
of a
I don't
class
care,
clown, that's
dude.
cool. Wait,
We
no
are
N-word,
here
right? No
because
N-words?
look, man. I'll tell you. Let me just go ahead and cut this off
Yeah, let me
because
cut
I don't
this
want
off,
this
too.
on
I'm
here.
too fat
Give
to
me
be
a
the top
second.
guy. Crush everybody under
Okay,
me.
yeah. So this is Top Guys, right? I'm here with Hitler's top. No, who were you again? JJ.
Yes, good
I'm
morning.
forgetting who you are.
Oh, you like want everything about me?
No, oh wait, no, you're my top guy. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, I'm here with
I'm
my
top.
top guy,
I'm top
JJ,
guy. Top of the morning. That's
and
accurate.
Hitler's top guy, Tattle. Over here.
Go.
Now, mainly,
Hitler's dead.
I kept in mind what?
Hitler's dead.
Actually, he's in Agartha
Why'd you say
right
that
now.
about my grandpa, bro?
Why would you say that about
Crazy.
him?
You said that about my
Listen,
grandpa.
Hitler. By the way, guys, if you're watching, Hitler's bad. Okay, we gotta say it. Hitler's bad.
Hitler is bad.
Not a fan.
Bad person.
Bad guy.
He did a lot
Bad.
of bad things.
He
Bad
did
person.
a lot of
Do
bad
not
things.
support
Now,
anything about him.
don't support anything about Hitler. Now, JJ.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to this guy and I was like, wow, this guy has wildfires in his backyard right now. Is that true?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, Jet. What is going on?
Rule. It's actually really bad, but the fires are dialing down right now, but like it's bad.
That's
Air
all you have to
pollution's
say.
bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
The air
I never
pollution
seen a
is
fire
bad
this
in
bad.
California. That's a
Wow,
new thing. I've never heard about that.
It's terrifying. People are scared.
Are
You
you
got people
scared?
evacuating. I got alerts on my phone telling me to evacuate.
Why
I
aren't
don't
you
even know what's
evacuating,
going
dude? Why
on.
don't you get off the damn game and go evacuate?
Because I'm not afraid of fire, dude. I
I'm
got
not afraid
water.
of fire.
I live near an ocean.
Hey, Jace.
Yeah.
Jace, he's on that grind set mindset. He can't
get off the damn
leave it.
game.
I
Can he?
can't get off the game. I pay $20 a month to be
He
here.
pays $20 a month
Hey,
to play
Jace.
this game.
Charles is wondering if mass murdering villagers is illegal.
Hey, I said we're not talking about the damn game. Like, why are you?
I'm
Can this
just gonna
guy
say
do
no.
anything other than the
I
damn
don't know.
game? Like,
He's
bro,
spamming it.
Charles,
He's
I
Canadian. He
said
doesn't know
no.
about the
He doesn't know a damn
real
thing.
life.
All he knows about is the game. Oh, we can get Charles up here. I wonder if he knows anything about Justin.
Who?
I doubt he does. Charles is like 3. We'll see. I'll let
Alright,
him
I
up
got
here.
Dixie.
Before I put him on here, keep in mind he's a homosexual. We don't
But we
hate
support that, right?
homosexuals. No, we don't support homosexuality.
Oh,
But I don't hate homosexuals because that's evil.
hello, Charles
Carl,
444.
hello.
You want to hear about Bustin' Trudeau?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's just an incompetent monkey. I don't know what to tell you.
And this is
It's
coming
not
from this guy is from Quebec.
True-bred white Canadian.
This guy's from Quebec. He's a Canadian liberal. And he does not like Justin Trudeau. Why?
Because he's white.
Because he's white. Didn't he do blackface, though? Isn't that based?
Oh, shit. Yeah, but it was like Indian blackface, though, is what I'm saying.
Isn't that also based?
Wait,
No,
Justin
it's
is
not based.
retiring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for him, man. He needs to deserve
Yeah.
arrest for
He
doing
did a good
absolutely
job, man.
nothing.
He did a
He
good
should be
job.
arrested, bro.
Wait,
He should
when's
be
the last time you seen
arrested.
Wait,
Canada in the
who did he
news?
kill, bro? Why would he be arrested?
He killed Canada,
Hey, guys.
bro.
Canada has free healthcare. We need to live there.
No, little bro. It's not worth the taxes.
Tell me about Canadian healthcare, Charles.
Oh, it's great and whatnot. The taxes aren't worth it, though. You want 13% sales tax, amongst other things?
How good is it, though? Have you had to go to the doctor, ever?
Yeah, it's good. Like, you get whatever the fuck you want for free, but the taxes just aren't
I
worth
heard
it.
it's slow.
Oh, yeah, it'll be like that sometimes.
Wait, who's your healthcare provider?
They don't have it.
Are
The
you
government.
autistic?
Yeah,
It's the
but like
government, bro.
the
So
government.
you don't like
which
to take.
branch?
So you would rather have to pay for it?
No, not like the states. I'd just rather it be faster and not complete garbage.
So how long do you typically have to wait? I've heard some people say months. You gotta make an appointment months ahead.
Well, it depends. If you got like cancer or some shit and need surgery, it'll be months. But if you're going to the ER, it could take like you could have your leg be gashing open and it'd take like 6 hours to even get like a doctor to look at it.
That's insane. I guess it's just because they're not getting really paid all that much. It's just
That's pretty good.
they get paid the same no matter what, basically.
I don't like this.
There's no incentive there. I don't know.
And also, most hospitals in Canada are also really short-staffed.
I wonder why.
Because Canada's small, dude. They
I
don't
wonder
live up
why.
north.
Yeah, I'd prefer healthcare be a little bit cheaper, a lot cheaper actually.
When's the last time you went to the hospital,
I've
Chase?
thought about the socialized healthcare like what Canada has, but
It's not worth it.
then you run into the issue of like what you're talking about, like you have to wait forever to get service. Hospitals understaffed. Nobody wants to work in a hospital
Plus, in
anymore.
Canada, we got like drugs and shit, like a lot of legal drugs. So you get the crackheads coming in all the time,
Yeah.
which like
I
doubles
guess
the hospital wait
you
times.
really just can't have everything. Like there's always going to be a downside no matter what. I do think that our healthcare is overpriced artificially. Like
I
they
have free healthcare.
you do, yeah, actually.
Yeah, Medi-Cal.
Oh yeah, you're like 12. Forgot about that. Back to what I mean, JJ, we kind of just forgot about you, dude. What's it like in
Yeah, fuck that
California,
guy.
man?
California?
Yeah.
It's expensive. I don't know why. I don't know.
You think it's still going to be expensive? How about these repairs?
For like Donald Trump? Oh, the repairs? Oh my god, I'm scared. It's terrifying.
Yeah, is
Like,
your
that's gonna
house
be like-
burned?
My house is not burned.
Will it burn?
No.
Did you
The
put
I
water
think
on
the
it? or
fires are
something?
stopping.
Oh, really?
I think so.
So do you know
I don't
anything
know.
about what caused it?
I'm pretty sure
Fires.
like arson.
Oh,
Somebody did
someone started it?
Yeah, I think so. Like
They
two
catch 'em?
little boys or something. No. I mean, it's big fires.
Yeah, people have died. What are they going to do when they find them, dude?
Probably gonna arrest them. That's like terrorism.
Yeah, they're going to arrest them. But like, are they going to burn them or something, bro? Like,
Yeah, no shit. It's arson.
No, but if they're gonna burn in hell, that's what's gonna happen.
For real, brother,
These
for
idiots,
real.
These idiots want to burn down California. They can't burn down me though. I have hope.
California.
They
I have
can't burn down
California.
JJ. They can't.
They can't burn down me.
I can.
No, you're Canadian.
You actually can't, dude. You live in Canada. It's
Yeah,
already
you're
icy
literally
over
Mexican, dude. Anyway,
here. Almost 18.
we'll go back to Charles. What? Oh no, do not let J. Okay, good. Charles, tell us something
Yeah.
else about Canada. What do you think the optimal healthcare idea would be?
Some like Canada, but less autistic, if that makes sense.
What would you recommend?
Don't give healthcare to homeless people.
Truth.
Just don't allow crackheads
Well,
in there.
okay, you would have to, but okay, you got to keep in mind that doctors and nurses, as odd as it might sound, they are also people. Okay, you could
No.
argue
Oh,
against
what
that.
color
I
though,
mean,
Chase? You gotta
don't-
think about
Don't
that.
say that. Don't say that. They
I'm
are
gonna
also
speedrun getting Jace canceled.
they're also people, and they have to make their money too. And I'm guessing they don't make too much in Canada, do they?
No, they actually. I mean, they make enough.
Enough. Doctors in the States
Wait.
make a lot.
I got a question for the Canadian in the VC.
Yes, yes.
You
yes,
want
yes, yes.
Canada to join the United States?
No, because that would like fuck up every single Canadian. When you think about it, like especially economy-wise, we'd be fucked.
Why?
Like think about it.
Canadian dollar is worth nothing, Chase. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, our economy, like the Canadian dollar, would instantly collapse, and that means all Canadians would just be like cooked.
You
And it'd
gotta
be
trade
really
it
hard
in,
for them
though,
to
bro.
transfer us to. Yeah, but the second we become U.S., it just useless. Instantly.
Dude, don't you?
Yeah, your
don't you
money will
realize, like,
become useless, but you could just trade it in, little bro.
No, because you
Jace
wouldn't even
goes
be able to
over.
trade it in fast enough. It'd be instant.
You can trade it in, little bro. But don't
I
worry,
trade you in.
we're actually gonna be enslaving all of you.
Wait, Jace,
Oh,
I have a
I
question. Jace, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Mexico or Canada join the U.S.? Which one?
Canada, free syrup and oil.
That's actually really complicated. I feel like
Free oil.
culturally, honestly, Mexico.
Culturally.
Mexico. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Canadians are liberal. Like they're so lib.
Yeah,
They're
they're,
so
they're
lib.
liberal.
They're gonna get in and they're gonna vote lib on everything and they're gonna ruin everything even
Yeah,
worse
but
than it already is.
Jace,
And then
Jace,
you
there's
get
like 14
Mexes.
million Canadians. That's it.
It's okay. There's only 300 million Americans. But look,
Only 300
Mexico,
million.
Mexico. There is one reason that or Mexicans in general vote Democrat. It's the illegal
they're forced
immigration
to.
issue. And if Mexico becomes a part of the United States, that just goes away. They're not gonna like. There's no more illegal immigration issue with Mexicans.
Sexport, I killed all your villagers.
Of
by
course,
the way.
it is really. Hey, what I say about the freaking game, dude? Can you stop? Do we need to kick you off the stage?
No, I just had to kill them.
Okay,
Anyways,
okay. Anyway,
yeah, Canada's goofy, bro.
but yeah, I'll tell
We
you,
got AIDS on our dick.
Mexico. You know, we won against Mexico just before the Civil War, the Mexican American War, and we went all the way to Mexico City. Right, we could have taken over Mexico. We didn't because of the cultural differences. They were afraid it would just ruin everything, basically, and that's the worry today. But I mean, hasn't our culture already been destroyed by our own people, the damn libs? Haven't they already ruined everything anyway? Like, what's it matter
Yes.
at this point?
Hey.
If I had to choose Canada or
one-
Mexico, honestly, it's Mexico.
Wait, would it benefit the U.S. though?
No, it wouldn't.
Neither of them would benefit the
No, it
U.S.
did-
at all. I mean,
It wouldn't.
Canada land-wise, Mexico land-wise, Gulf of America goes crazy.
Gulf of America.
Gulf of America.
I don't see a benefit. I really don't. I mean, it would give us, if we could go
Land-wise,
down
I
there,
read it.
it would give us a much easier time fixing the whole cartel issue and the illegal immigration issue if we didn't even have to build a wall. We just extended our
Wait, we
We
border
owned the wall.
down to,
Wait, do you think the wall is necessary, Jace?
at the, well,
Why don't we need to build
I-
a bigger wall around Mexico?
we wouldn't need a wall.
I
We'd have the
agree.
ocean. I don't think that the
Build a
wall
bigger
is
wall
our.
around
I think
Mexico.
the best thing we can do is get rid of all the cartels and make
You know
try-
what? You know
try
what,
and
Jace?
help.
Fuck it.
what?
We should build the Mexicans around the wall.
Yeah, we should. We should try and make Mexico more stable so people don't flock here, because they're gonna get past the wall even if there's a wall. Like it's just
Let's move all the drugs from Mexico
A
to
lot-
somewhere else.
a lot of them
fix it.
fly here. A lot of them
That is
just hop
true.
on a plane and just fly here.
Hey, can I be truthful here? That's
Yeah.
what my dad did.
Yeah, it's a lot of them do
Like 20
that.
years ago.
A lot of them do that, and I don't see how a wall is gonna fix that. I think the only real solution is just going over the cartels and taking them all out.
Well, listen, Jace.
Hey,
If we take over the cartel, then Mexico's economy is gonna go shit.
Well, then that's.
So-
I think that a lot of Mexican people would be more okay with that than having to worry about fucking gangsters, kidnapping them and
I-
torturing them on video.
But yeah, but Jace, have you not seen like their militarization? They're like a military, like
Military of freaking thugs, dude.
Yeah,
I'd
but
like to see
they're
them go
getting
against,
so
like, the-
advanced.
The Green Berets or some shit, dude. It'd be over in a day. Like
With the U.S. military or
Yeah.
the Mexican military?
the Mexicans, Mexico. We wouldn't be going
Mexican
to war
military.
with the Mexicans. I'm talking about the cartels.
Yeah. The Colombian cartels.
Yeah. Just
All-
Colombia?
bomb the
I
Mexicans.
thought he was-
Wait, what if America just takes over both of North America and South?
That's just impractical, man. Like, why?
I mean, because it's America. It's America for a
That's
reason.
too much land to take over, bro. That's too much.
It's overextending yourself, man. I don't know that we could handle it. We can't even handle. Look, you're talking about. I know that people don't understand the concept of American culture and what it means to be American and what American values are, but you can't just put. I mean, we're already seeing it with immigrants coming over here and not caring or giving a damn about what it means to be American or American values. That's why we have people
Because they don't
contesting-
know. They don't speak English. They
it's
don't have a
because
job. They
we're-
don't have
Hey,
housing.
Jace,
we have
Jace,
people
Jace.
contesting the very founding document of the nation, the Bill of Rights. When you or the Second Amendment, you can't say this because it's hateful. What, dude? That didn't come from people who cared about what America was and that and acknowledged American culture. That comes from people who don't give a damn about it, and a lot of them are American. But you also need to keep in mind there are people coming. There have been people coming from overseas, from all over the world, to
Like
over
China?
here who do the exact same thing.
I actually agree with that. Yeah.
And so when you bring like
Yeah, I agree.
Mexico, I looked it up. I was gonna go to Mexico in March. I looked up, can I bring my gun down there? You can't own a gun in Mexico unless you get a written license from a military general.
That sounds hard.
Wait, why
That's
do so many people
stupid.
have
What the
guns
hell
in
are you supposed to
Mexico
get?
then?
You bring Mexico into the United States. What happens is you get a bunch of these people. Well, they do agree with us on some things. I know there are Mexicans here. Once they get here, a lot of them do. They embrace the culture. I know them. I know a lot of them. But Mexicans aren't going to value Second Amendment gun rights. They're not going to value. Do you know anything about Mexico, JJ?
Mexico, I've been there. Yeah.
Do y'all have a First Amendment in Mexico? Or not exactly the First Amendment. Do y'all have a right to free speech in Mexico?
Probably not.
I'd assume not. They're not going to value these things because they've never had them. Maybe some will, but the vast majority won't. And that's why when you take in, and Canada sure as hell does not. I mean, their prime minister was making people shut down their online accounts for doing things that he didn't like.
Wait. What do you think about the TikTok ban?
I think that's very good. Total TikTok death.
Wait, you actually think China's like stealing our like information or people's
I-
information?
I think probably, but I actually, I was talking about censorship just now and how it's bad, but I'm gonna sound a little hypocritical here. I think that TikTok should be banned just for being TikTok. It's
Like, what do you
highly
mean, like
addictive and it's
influence?
designed to be addictive.
How's it addictive? Like the scrolling or
Yes,
like
it is
influence?
designed to be addictive.
Yeah, what about like the rest of them? YouTube Shorts.
I
Instagram
think that
Reels?
Instagram, YouTube, any site that wasn't originally created for that purpose that added that later on should be sued to hell and back until they just don't exist anymore.
You should remove
I
it
looked up-
completely.
Yeah, but
I looked up if you could remove YouTube Shorts from your YouTube so you can't get them. Who keeps kicking people out?
I got kicked out.
Who's doing it? Tell me who's doing it. We'll ban them. Like
Oh, I got
dead weight.
kicked out too.
Figure out who's doing it. We'll ban them from the server. I'm tired of it. Like these people need to stop. They're gonna get banned. It should say it in the audit log. Thank you.
It was Easton.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay,
I
see,
got
Easton.
that.
Yep. Disconnected 2 users from the voice.
Who did?
Easton.
Can
I got
someone
this.
can someone confirm
Yeah,
it's
my
Easton, please? Can we confirm it's
I'm
Easton?
going to check it if it'll let me load it.
Okay, well,
Check
Easton, if
out
it was you, you're gonna get kicked. Sorry, bro. You're an idiot for doing that.
Audit log.
Anyway, like I was saying, I think that sites like Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah,
they-
dude, disconnected 2 users from.
who did?
It said, yeah, Easton's account said move the user to Radio Charles,
Okay.
and then yep, dude 69, which is Easton, disconnected 2 users from voice.
He is kicked. See you, buddy. Anyway, so like I was saying, there's a lot of sites that did it. YouTube did it, Instagram did it, and they know why they did it. It's addictive. It's designed to be addictive. So that's the only reason it exists. And I looked it up. I wanted to disable shorts on YouTube and Instagram so I could still use those sites and not have to worry about getting caught into some stupid scrolling thing for hours because it's hard to resist. You can't do it. You can't disable it. And I
So,
think
what do you use for like social media
what do you mean?
to like gain access of the internet? Like, what do you watch the news?
No, just YouTube really.
YouTube.
That's why I wanted to disconnect it. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I think YouTube Shorts is detrimental to your health, to your brain function, everything. So I wanted to disable it. You can't. You physically can't disable it. So, I tried. I tried looking into it. It's impossible.
Jace,
Yeah.
is that why I'm brain dead?
Yeah, probably. And if you look at these kids, kids are being given these access to TikTok so young, it fries their brain. Fries it. Won't say any names. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I think that YouTube and Instagram should be, and other sites that did the same thing, should be held to account, and I think they should be sued into oblivion for adding those features and not adding a way to actually disable it. Because some people don't want to get caught into stupid, multi-hour long addiction, dopamine scrolling bullshit. Okay,
You can call that doom scrolling.
you have 50-year-old, 60-year-old people getting stuck on it. That's how you know it's getting bad. Someone put it this way, it's like a cure for boredom, but like that's a bad thing, honestly. The amount of people who just go docile now, because why would they do anything when they can just scroll on their phone forever, Anyway, I'm not a big fan of censorship, but I do think that the TikTok ban is a good thing, not just because of the Chinese, but I don't care
Wait,
about
I'm
Chinese.
not gonna lie, it's not. If you think it's just TikTok that's taking your information, you're mistaken because it's everything.
It's true.
It's everything.
But
Wait, what do
I
you
don't
think?
care about that. I want TikTok to go away because it's ruining everything.
wait,
Yeah,
dude,
that too. But you're
It can
delusional if you
tell
think
me-
it's just TikTok.
what do you think about the
Just
Donald Trump
TikTok.
trying to stop it?
How many people at your school don't have TikTok on their phone?
Me, I don't have TikTok on my phone.
Good
Probably
choice.
Nerds.
What?
Probably like nerds.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's-
know. I don't know anybody at my school.
It's a very small percentage. Very
Well,
small. And
But
they're
Donald
on
Trump
it.
is trying to stop the ban.
That's
know that,
terrible. Donald Trump needs to stop, bro. He needs to just let it happen. Let it get banned. Donald Trump should be banning it.
Wait, what do you use Twitter?
I don't use Twitter. No, I need to though. But I just
What
don't
about Reddit?
don't use Reddit either.
Oh,
Those aren't
You know
nearly
those
as
are bad.
addictive. They don't have
No, but-
the
but they have like
scrolling
nasty information. Worse than
information though.
TikTok.
TikTok is just girl dancing. Girl
It's
dancing.
not actually just
Girl
based
dancing.
on girl dancing.
Stupid
No, no,
video
no,
with
it's not
music.
girl
You're
dancing.
famous.
It's girl with big titties dancing.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
that's if you
And
want to see that.
you know
dude.
what? You know what? I also
You
think
also got man with titties dancing.
this my state of Alabama banned pornography recently.
My state hasn't.
For people under 18, which is a good start.
That's always been banned in Canada.
But
It makes sense. Easton, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna ban you. Like I'm dead
But, dude,
serious.
what if you use like other websites? Not like other,
Hey, I don't know what your deal is, honestly.
We're trying to do something here.
You disconnected me last time I was
Okay,
in.
Easton, I didn't disconnect you. If you don't shut
Oh,
the fuck
okay.
up, I'm gonna kick you, dude. You can stay serious. If you can stay serious, you can stay up here.
Can I have my rolls back?
Later, if you can you stay serious?
Yes.
Okay. Like I was saying. What were you saying, JJ? I'll let you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but like people can use like Reddit or Twitter to look at naked pornography people.
Unfortunately, that's the case, and it's gonna be really hard for them to crack down on it. I think right now I don't use pornography.
Yeah, it's a sin.
But Nick told me that if you try to get on Pornhub,
Will
it
it
will
ask for your
actually
ID?
ask for ID. Yeah,
I wouldn't even.
No,
trust-
you can use a VPN too.
I figured you could. See, that's the thing. It's so hard to ban things digitally online because there's
Just use
always a
the window.
workaround. Quit kicking him from the call, guys.
Who is muting me?
Quit kicking
You're
him.
not muted.
Quit disconnecting him, or I'll have to ban you. Too.
Oh no, I don't think I got
That's for
access
everybody.
to muting.
Who is this
So-
guy with the SpongeBob PFP? It won't let me see his name.
It's Redbird.
It's Redbird.
44.
Who is that? Oh, that's Eddie, bro. Get him up here.
Oh.
Let him up here, bro. His hey Eddie.
Yo, what's good, Chad?
This is my black friend from work.
Oh, you
Right.
want
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bro, no.
But the only black person I know. Yeah. But yeah, Eddie, we're talking about this is the pod, bro. Get real. Whose
This
top
is
guy are
the
you? Are you
pod.
Hitler's? Oh, no, you're Donald Trump's top guy, aren't you? I forgot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
Hitler's top guy.
Yeah, that's
So how's
Hitler's
Donald
top guy.
Joseph Trump? How's he doing? How's he holding up? Okay.
Who?
Bless
Shut
you,
up, Yusuf,
dude.
Don't talk.
But yeah, you need
Huh?
to be quiet, dude. He asked you a question, Eddie. You gonna answer it, little bro?
No,
Wait,
I'm
what
just
happened?
on my server.
He's
What's the
asking you
question?
how Donald Trump's doing, bro. You gonna answer him?
Oh,
Totally
pretty
fucking
good.
He's doing good. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Tell him
Is
to
that
quit with
a
that
five at
damn.
McDonald's?
Tell him he needs to make the TikTok ban go through, bro. Eddie is
Bruh.
one of them, bro. He's one of them TikTokers.
Bro, no, I'm not.
Jay, hey,
I don't-
listen, Jace. TikTok is very informational to me. I learn a
Informational.
lot.
The only information
Bro,
you get on TikTok is how big that girl's titties are, bro. That's it.
Bro, I get all my fragrances off of there, bro.
It's
Yeah,
fragrances,
like the
bro.
Bob House. I like looking at Sophie Rain.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Eddie tried to show me the Bob House, bro. Yeah, Eddie bought his. He bought a damn R2B2 off of
TikTok.
TikTok Shop, bro.
Oh, the TikTok shop? Yeah, you shouldn't trust that. They
Jace, don't you have TikTok?
I don't.
Well, I know you were talking about banning Instagram Reels, but you always be on those though.
I know. That's
Yeah,
why I want to
for
ban.
real.
I looked up how to disable it, and you can't. I looked up.
You
how to-
can't. Why would you want to disable it? There's no point.
because I don't want to have the temptation of looking at. Okay, so look, you can ask Eddie about this. Like, if I go on Instagram and she's really bad, you know, she's like, if she's super bad on that picture, like, I'm gonna click on that, and then there I am. I'm stuck for the next 30 minutes. I don't want to stop scrolling, and so I just want to disable that. I want to disable that.
Bro, no, you don't, bro. Quit lying.
I do want it disabled. I'm fine with just going to their pages and looking at it instead.
Dog,
Like,
what?
So you
I
rather,
don't
like,
wanna-
look at a picture but not a video of a girl?
Well, no, they get their videos on their thing. I just don't want to be in that format, the scrolling format. I think it's
well,
bad.
Don't have that like on your feed, you know? You can.
No, I don't mind what's on the feed. I just don't want to get stuck scrolling.
Why not?
Because
Have
it's
a
it's
break.
it's
Have your
it's
phone on, like,
addictive.
on the cooldown.
It's literally addictive. Like, it's designed to be addictive. That's why they do it.
Just 5 more minutes.
Yeah, they make money.
Yeah, they make money off your addiction and ruining your life, dude. They need to make it so you can
It's
disable
not
it.
ruining
How is it
your life.
ruining your life?
How is it not ruining your life, dude? How often
Okay,
you go
would
out
you
and do
rather-
shit, bro?
alright, Jace,
You're stuck
would you
on your
rather-
damn phone. That's all you do.
Jace, you rather have people watch a movie for an hour or scroll on TikTok for an hour?
Dude, if you watch a movie for an hour, at least you're not ruining your attention span. You're focusing
How's that
on
my
one
attention
thing,
span?
one
You're learning
narrative.
new things every day, though.
You're watching one whole narrative play out instead of like 80 different things that are less than a minute long on your freaking phone, scrolling like this. Oh yeah,
Sometimes they
oh
are.
that's
movies
neat.
on
Oh my
TikTok.
goodness, I'll watch
Some
this
of them
one.
are like 10 minutes
Her
long.
titties are a little bit bigger. I like this one. Just keep scrolling.
I don't even
keep
see that.
scrolling.
Okay.
Like, dude, like, what's the
difference?
like,
Jace,
dude?
you don't use TikTok. You don't know. The
I don't
actual
use TikTok. I
aspect.
used to.
You don't use.
It's
You don't
not
know
any
the
different.
actual aspect of TikTok.
Not
having
I-
Hey, Sophie
nothing
Rain's
else.
Actual
bad.
aspect. Yeah, I don't know who that
Bro.
is.
I don't
This
even
guy.
care about the women on TikTok, dude. If I see feet, I'm gonna
That's
like
just
it
that's
and
just
jerk
a
off
joke,
later,
bro.
but
That's
I'm
an
not gonna care about
example.
that right now.
You gotta understand, JJ. TikTok is detrimental to your brain, bro. You're
It's
gonna
not- it's
die.
not even-
You're gonna die, bro.
Listen,
Bro, you're
why
not
would
gonna
they
You know what,
do
die.
that?
JJ? Hey,
not
you know what?
gonna
I
That's
want.
just Chinese.
No,
It's not
everyone
Chinese
here,
making,
everyone
it's
right
the
here, dude.
Americans, dude.
Everyone here right now, tomorrow, and I look. Hold yourself to this. Be honest. Don't touch TikTok once. If you're
I
not
can't.
if
Okay.
you're not addicted to
Jace,
TikTok, don't touch it once
Jace,
tomorrow.
It's they're gonna ban it. Let me at least spend time
No,
using it.
no,
Fucking
no.
lie.
Don't.
Ban it.
Do not touch it once tomorrow. Not once.
Why? Why?
Because
Can
are you
I watch
addicted?
movies?
TikTok.
Are you
Can I
addicted to
watch
TikTok?
movies?
Are you,
Am
you
I
can watch
addicted to
movies, dude.
TikTok?
Movies
I
are
am-
not detrimental to
I'm
your
addicted.
your brain.
Jason,
It's
you ever
one
just
narrative.
sit down and watch the most brain rot Minecraft videos ever that are like
I don't
an
watch
hour
gaming
long?
videos.
That's your day.
Oh, you're such a fucking.
Jace watches
idiot.
Fortnite videos.
I watch Fortnite vids
I thought we're not talking about the game.
so I can figure out the new
Yeah, that's what I'm
metas.
saying. I watch like some brain rot video, bro, and I'll just
No,
be like,
I actually only thing I watch on YouTube now is the silver and gold stuff. That's what I'm into
Yeah, but
right
that's
now.
not even interesting. Why don't you want to have fun?
Oh,
It's
like I'll
super
watch
interesting,
some
bro.
gay ass movie or something.
I
I'll
love
watch
Have you
money.
seen like the coin collecting stuff, Jace?
Yeah, I've gotten into it. I'm big into it. I'm
I love collecting coins.
I'm
I have like a whole
Chase, can I
box of
send-
them.
Chase, can I send you over some Canadian doubloons?
doubloons.
Paige, this is called Top Guys, not Top Girls.
bad.
No, God.
He's
Paige,
pretty sure last I checked you're no longer a top guy. So.
who's top guy are you, Paige?
Picnic.
Are y'all
Wait,
figured?
Paige, you're trans?
No, I'm not Prisma.
Oh,
Prisma is
hey,
in the
no
recent-
talking about the game, bro. Prisma's just
Oh, yeah.
in the game, bro. Anyway,
No, it's not real, Jace.
what do you think
in the
about
VC, he's in the VC.
what do you think about TikTok, Paige?
I don't have it, so I
Me
can't really
either.
have an
Hey,
opinion
good
on
idea, good idea. You know what?
Hey, you guys are
Having
losers.
TikTok
Listen,
could have
listen.
been me.
Losers. This is the thing.
I remember when
Easton,
TikTok
Easton,
was
how
musically.
am-
I'm old.
Easton,
Jay.
how am I a loser when you sit there on your damn phone, let's scrolling? Sophie Rain's so bad, bro. Sophie Rain's so bad. She's so bad, bro. Oh
Sophie
my
Rain
God.
is bad.
She's so
Yes,
bad,
that's
bro.
not a lie.
I mean, I do the
She's
same
bad.
thing, but I do it on Instagram, dude. I don't do it on
Instagram's
TikTok.
better because
I-
there's
What's the
hate
difference
speech on there.
between TikTok and Instagram? If
There's
they're the
not.
same-
I'm saying I need.
Okay.
I didn't download Instagram
So
to
why
sit
are they
there and
letting
scroll
TikTok
for
be
hours.
banned?
I
Why
didn't
won't
do
they
it.
ban the rest of them?
They
That's not
need
fair.
to. That's what I'm saying. They need to.
That's just being
But the
racist.
reason,
I like
look, the
how
thing is,
Instagram
the
you can
thing
keep up
is,
with people in your life are doing,
okay,
and
look,
it's
so
better than
I'll,
Facebook.
You can on TikTok too.
I'll,
You can see them get on there and
shut
do a
up,
little
Ethan.
TikTok
Yeah,
dance.
I'll answer your question, JJ. The reason they can't ban the other ones, but I think they should, is because they are
Oh, they
not.
shouldn't.
They're not Chinese companies stealing your data. That's the only reason.
But they're not stealing your data. How are
They
they
are.
stealing
TikTok
your
is
data?
not a Chinese
Okay,
TikTok
I have
is stealing your
TikTok.
data. That's the only
Listen,
reason they're
Jason,
getting rid of
Jason,
it.
Every
I have-
company stores
I have.
data. I'm just gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Oh, did your mic cut out again, Tattle?
His mic cut out. Anyway, JJ.
No,
they
I
do,
said every company stores data.
Yeah, they
no
do.
matter
But
what.
but TikTok is a massive. It's the biggest app now
Jace,
coming
listen,
out of
people-
China.
I've had TikTok for 5 years and I have not
Still,
noticed anything about like.
from all of
You won't know about it. It's not
I
really a
don't-
big deal.
okay.
But that's the only reason that our government.
Oh, I hate to get
It's
real
banning it.
here. TikTok is not getting banned.
It is. I hope it does.
It's not.
I
Should
Jace,
ban
why
East
would
hope
it-
to God it does.
How would it
And
get
look,
banned?
let me ask you. So, are you guys addicted to TikTok?
I'm addicted to
Addicted
TikTok.
to TikTok?
I've been-
Yes.
Yeah, I'm addicted. My name's Easton, and I'm
5 years
addicted
now.
to TikTok.
I've
Okay,
made my
and-
own
and
videos.
how is that
Easton, you
addicting?
literally watch TikTok's full volume in VC.
How is that a good? Easton, you can't even play the video game without getting on
addicted to
TikTok
crack.
in the background.
Jace,
Hold
But
on,
you
let me
do-
get my
you-
Minecraft
You'll be
video
in the video
in the
game.
background.
Alright,
Easton,
Jace, if
Easton.
I'm loading into a game, I'm gonna watch something
Dude,
on my
not
phone.
Yes,
loading
same.
it. We will be
And-
playing the video
I'm
game,
wasting-
and you'll be on TikTok.
There's
Like,
video
the
while
video
I'm on the
game-
I
battle,
wanna know. I
That is-
wanna.
when you're loading into the game, I'm watching
I
I
wanna
only have
TikTok.
Snapchat and
I like
Instagram. That's all that I have.
Jace, I like to have entertainment.
Discord's only
24/7
for the
all
server.
day.
That's the issue. Too much entertainment. You need to
It's
be
different
able to be
cultures. You
alone
learn
with
different
yourself.
things
You're
all the
ruining your
time.
life, dude.
It's
You're
not-
you're
it's not
you're
ruining.
addicted to
It's not
dopamine. You're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die.
Dopamine's good for you.
It's not. Dopamine is good for you in moderation when it actually needs to be used. Constant
using- okay,
dopamine
I'm using
is
my
what
finger
makes
to
you
scroll
so.
up and
Do
down,
you have
dude.
trouble getting up in the morning?
No,
You don't.
no,
I
I don't.
don't.
I
What
wake
time you
up.
wake up?
I gotta do what I gotta do.
What time you wake up?
I wake up around like 7:30.
7:30. You go to school. What time you gotta be at school?
Around 7:50.
What time do you wake
You
up?
wake
on
up
the
at
weekends,
7:30. You have to
JJ?
be at school at 7:50. You wake up 20
No,
minutes before you have to go to
school,
school.
like the school doesn't start. School starts at 8:30.
But you have to be there at 7:50.
Yeah, I mean to not.
You
be
wake
late.
up 20 minutes before you gotta go to school.
Yeah, I don't do anything else.
And
I
you're
just
saying
get
you
ready.
don't have trouble getting
I
up in
wake
the
up
morning.
10 minutes
You
before I
ever-
have to be at school.
Yeah,
'Cause
see,
I don't
how
go
can you say you
sleep.
don't have trouble waking up in the morning? You're
I have to
being
get up
woken
like
up.
an hour and a half
Yes.
before I go to work.
You're being awoken
Yeah,
by
Paige,
your
same, bro.
own like
And
fear of being late for
when I-
school. That is
when I
what's
don't
your
have-
shot.
I'm not.
You wake up, look at the clock. Oh shit, I'm fucking late, and you gotta get up.
When I
That's,
don't
that's
have-
what
no.
keeps you up.
School doesn't start until like
Jace,
8:30
Jace.
until all classes.
When I don't have school, I wake up at 2 o'clock.
I wake up in 2
So that's
In the
a problem,
afternoon?
do
Easton.
anything, bro.
You should enjoy the day.
If I don't have school, I usually wake up around like 10 in the morning.
Hey, I'm gonna
11.
be honest with y'all. I have the issue too. This is why I want it gone so bad. I have an
you don't
extreme
use
dopamine
TikTok, so
issue.
that's your
I don't
fault.
use TikTok. That's what I'm saying. You're not understanding. They have
So
it on
why are you-
YouTube.
why
They
are
have it
you
on
trying
Instagram.
to
You cannot
explain-
escape it. I want YouTube. I want Instagram to have to pay for having these on there. I want them to have to pay millions
Why
to the
would
point where
you
they
want-
cannot afford
why
it.
would you
I
want
want
to
the
pay
I want the
entertainment?
federal
It would be the
government.
exact same thing if you
I-
had videos for like 30 minutes long.
What?
Don't you understand that?
Wait, sorry.
A 30-minute long video, though, you're on the same
Yeah,
topic
that's what
the
I'm talking
entire
about.
time.
They're talking about movies. And look, it's different because the movie is one sound narrative. You're not removing
I
your
can't
attention
even have
from
a
it.
movie. I have
You
to have
can't
Subway
watch a
Surfers
movie,
for
dude.
that.
You cannot watch a
I'm not
movie.
lying.
If
I
you
gotta have Subway Surfers
if you
for
went
that.
to the movies,
I'm a
you
victim,
would not be
I'm
able
a
to do it.
victim of watching TikTok while I'm watching a movie.
That's terrible. Like you
How?
cannot sit through a
How?
freaking movie.
I'm-
That's how you
I'm
know
al-
your brain is fried.
I'm also-
look,
Watch the fucking movie.
Also,
Okay.
I played
Right now,
Block
I'm
Blast
watching
while watching
Dexter.
movies.
look,
Dexter's
Ethan.
pretty
Here's the
good.
issue. Look,
Did you
Oh,
watch
Paige,
Dexter?
you're
You
you're
can't-
finally watching Dexter?
Yeah,
That's
my
off
brother
topic.
told me to
Off
watch
topic.
it,
Hold
so
on.
I
I
started
literally
watching
don't
it.
even. I told you to watch that like
Okay,
4 fucking
Charles.
months ago, bro.
Charles.
I know.
Watch that
But
shit.
I'm
Oh,
busy.
shut
I don't
up.
have
Paige, what
time to
season
sit
are you
there
on?
and
Wait,
watch
wait, hey,
TV.
hey. This is
Season one.
official. This is
Oh.
official on the pod, guys. We've been talking over each other. I'm sorry. We gotta stop that. Okay. I'll go. It seems that JJ does not understand.
Bro,
I
what?
think they need to ban TikTok because the very idea of TikTok is just addiction, scroll addiction. They need to
It's not
remove.
scrolling
They need to
addiction, though.
force. They need to either force Instagram and YouTube. Hey, one sec. Hey, one at a time. Keep in mind, they need to force Instagram and YouTube to either remove their shorts and reels bullshit, or to make it
No.
where you can disable it.
Okay,
Because you're
first
not
off,
downloading
Jay.
those apps to do that. You're downloading YouTube because you want to watch videos, not fucking
stop
1
you?
minute fucking scroll
Can I
addiction
stop you?
porn bullshit. And you're
Can I stop
watching.
you for 1 second?
Go ahead.
First off, I don't scroll anymore. I use my eyes. It's eye motion sensor to scroll up and down. I don't use my fingers.
He used the
second
actual
off,
chip in his
I-
head.
People actually make money off of TikTok. I don't know if you know
I don't
this.
fucking care.
Yeah,
they're
Jace.
making
Jace,
money.
listen.
People make
You know how
money
much
off
people
fucking
make
porn,
money off
dude.
from
Some bitch
YouTube,
made
too,
$1
and
million,
make more money on
multi-million
Oh,
dollars
okay,
last
okay.
year.
If you
off
want to
of
say the same thing about
pornography.
banning,
It's not
why
make-
not ban
just
all
because
type of
people make
things?
money off of selling
Yeah.
illegal drugs that kill people. Making money off something
Too.
does not make it okay.
Okay, Jace, would you rather cancel illegal drug trading or OnlyFans?
I mean, illegal drug trading's already illegal. So.
Yeah, what?
That's
JJ,
autistic.
I would like to legalize pornography. Yes.
No, pornography's good.
Okay, but people, these
Porn
is an
minors,
addiction.
minors,
We should have
minors
legalized
are still watching porn at a young age, and that's illegal.
That's evil.
Hey,
Minors
I,
are still
I beat it 4
watching
times
porn.
today.
That
I beat
is
it
a
4
Easton,
times
That's
today.
Easton,
called an
look,
addiction,
everyone be
Easton.
quiet. Everyone be quiet. I said one at a time. If it doesn't get under control, I'm gonna start kicking people. Okay.
Wait, can I talk?
1 second. Easton,
Good night.
no talking about how many times you beat it today. Okay, little
My
bro.
bad.
You gonna stop?
My bad. I think I'm addicted. I need help.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go ahead, Charles.
Should go to therapy.
I just want to roll back on what Jesus spread.
What'd he say?
Guys, I have it's not,
That's so stupid.
Gato, we're doing something right now, man. I'm gonna have to remove you.
no,
okay?
it's not. It's not. We're doing something. Somebody's burning shit.
Why
Somebody-
are they burning
We're not
shit?
talking
Yeah,
about the game, dude.
we're not
No
talking about the
game.
game
No
right now.
game right now.
Hey, you talk about California.
Fire spreads shouldn't be on.
No game. We're not talking about the game. No.
Talking about California.
Continue, Charles. What
Don't
are
they
you
just
saying,
turn
dude?
fire spread off in California? Like, skill issue.
Fire
You
spread
said
is on in
underage-
California.
No,
Just,
I
like,
said
don't live in
underage
California.
minors,
Okay, Charles. What
Wait,
are you
I
saying,
said
dude?
underage minors?
bro. I'm just insulting Jesus because he said underage minors. All minors are underage, you fucking monkey.
No, actually not.
Yeah, y'all like minors
That's
too.
autistic, bro.
Listen, these
Yeah, I love
underage minors.
Anyway, I look. So, and that's
Hey,
another
Jace.
thing. How many of those girls that you watch on TikTok that are like half naked most of the freaking time, dancing, who make a lot of money on there? How old are they typically?
And a 14.
7.
They're like 20.
They're not
Listen,
20.
hey.
Who was that one
They're
girl
not
who
20.
the most subscribed girl on TikTok a couple years
Charlie
ago?
D'Amelio?
How
Charlie
old was she?
D'Amelio?
How old was she?
She's
Charlie
like-
D'Amelio? He was like 17 or something. like that.
17 years old.
But Jay, she wasn't doing anything weird. She was just dancing like.
Yeah,
a
she was just
girl.
dancing.
No,
It's
let me
called a
ask you this.
trend.
Let me ask you this.
You ever heard of the Renegade?
Why is it that a majority of her fan base, quote unquote,
They're girls.
We're men,
Her entire
men,
majority base
men.
is
No,
it's
not a
girls, I
majority.
swear to God.
There are
They're fan
some
page.
girls. No, there are some girls,
They're
but
all
the
girls.
majority of her subscribers, the people who pay her, are gonna be horny men. Sorry,
No, they're
and
not.
she's
Okay.
17 years old.
Listen,
Think
I
about
have
that.
to agree with Jace on this one. This is why I
Hey.
do not have TikTok.
She's not.
Oh
even
man,
first
another
off,
non-TikTok supporter.
First off, she's above the age of 18 now.
She is now.
She's has over 100 million subscribers.
She doesn't deserve.
She supports
Followers,
blacks.
followers, you're right.
Listen, Jay, she's a good person. I may have
She
maybe
is.
done it twice to her, but I will not do anything
Bro,
else. to her.
check what Tattlegent sent in the VC chat.
Hey,
That's the first thing
Gail,
I saw when
please
I
go
opened my
speak to
fucking
somebody who's not in
YouTube.
this VC. We are not talking about the. I understand what you're saying is terrible. I'm sorry, your Debo is your name. It's terrible stuff. It's terrible stuff. We're not talking about the game right now. No game. We're on the pod right now.
Okay, I don't even know what's happening with the game, with whoever's talking about
Okay, it's terrible. We're not talking about the game right now, though. But look, man,
Look,
I
the
hate to
first
get
thing I
real.
saw when I
TikTok
opened
is evil,
YouTube.
and that's subjective. Like, what benefit does? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys one at a time, and I want you to answer one at a time. Jesus, what benefit? How does it benefit your life having TikTok on your phone?
Alright, so I'm in the middle of the day and I don't want to do anything. I legit go on TikTok and I have freedom on TikTok. I get to see different type of videos every day on TikTok, and it brings me happiness and entertainment. Okay,
It gives you a
I like
dopamine high. That's
it
what
is
it does.
not dopamine
So look,
high, dude.
yes, it is. That's by definition. That's what TikTok does to you. It gives you dopamine high. That's what they make money off of. If
But
you
it's
didn't
not-
have TikTok and you were sitting there bored, you would actually be driven to go and do something. Boredom is a good thing.
Listen,
Boredom
no,
drives
it's
you to go
not.
and do something. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Boredom
getting
is
bored right
two
now.
things.
Where's my phone?
It could do what Jay said, and it could just leave you with depressed as fuck.
Yeah,
It could leave you
I would
depressed
say
as
what
fuck
I
if
do
you
when
are
I'm bored by
a
doing
sad
something.
sack. If you are too lazy to go do something, or you're in a situation like living in some urban hellscape where you can't do anything safely. Okay, that's the thing.
That's me right now. I live in an urban hellscape right now.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Jace, is it my turn? Jace, is it my turn?
I want to finish with JJ here.
Bro, I don't
You're
understand
gonna
why you're
finish
mad.
on
Boredom-
Why do
Jay,
you
bro,
hate
what?
TikTok so much? Dude?
Boredom
it's actually
is
not
a
that bad.
good thing. If you just sit there on your phone, you're doing nothing. You're contributing nothing. You are wasting time. Go
I'm
do
not
something.
wasting time. What do
Go
you want
do
me to
something.
do? I
Go
have nothing
go
to
out.
do.
Do you live with your parents?
Do I live with my parents? Yes, of
Do
course.
what I do.
Go
Spend money on the
talk to your
game.
parents, dude. Watch a movie
Why would
or
I go
something,
talk to
dude.
my parents, dude?
Like at least
If
with a
I-
movie, you're
TikTok-
getting a
TikTok,
full
go get
narrative.
a job.
It's no different. Go get a freaking job.
I can't. Today
Go
I'm
get a freaking
16.
job.
Listen,
I got my first job at 16.
I need
You
a
can get
permit.
your
I need-
first
I
job
need
in
a
Kentucky
work
at
permit,
14.
okay?
I
Listen,
got my first job at 14.
TikTok is a community of people who support other people.
It's a
And
community
these
of people whose brains are slowly rotting out of their
they're
heads.
not rotting.
And they're
I
gonna
know
These are
die.
smart
JJ,
people.
you're gonna
I'm pretty
die
sure
soon,
TikTok
bro.
Just leaves your brain rot.
I'm not
JJ,
gonna die, dude.
you're
I
gonna
play
die.
Minecraft.
It's gonna kill you, JJ.
No, it's not.
We don't want that from you.
It's gonna kill
Easton,
you.
you're next. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay, I'll be, middle of the day, I'll be bored. I get on TikTok, I'll be scrolling, and I see these live streams of these different creators and stuff. And then you'll see like a small creator, and then you'll join their live, and you'll see their live streams getting big and like how happy they are. It just makes me happy to see how happy they are to see that they're
Easton,
being-
I've heard the brain rot stuff you
getting a
watch.
little bit of success in their lives.
Okay, at this-
You're
It
a
makes me
part
happy
of
to see
their
that
life.
people happy.
You don't know that person, dude. Why don't you go outside?
And they're
Walk
right
down the
genuine
street.
people.
I don't
and
know.
all.
Do you live in an urbanite hellscape, a suburban hellscape, or a rural
No,
area?
hell no. I was in the middle of fucking
It's not
Kentucky.
Okay. Well, look.
Middle
Then
of
go
no-
outside.
Maybe you can't drive yet, so I really don't know what I could tell you. But if you could
I
drive,
can't
Touch
touch
grass.
maybe you could go drive over to the damn park or something, and
live
become
in the
a part of
park.
somebody's life
Ugh.
who's actually real, someone you can actually
I don't have no
talk to
parks near me. I live
in
in the
real
middle of
life.
nowhere.
Go somewhere.
Go to a library, actually.
See, look. Here's the
Listen,
thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Auburn.
These places, these real places where you could really meet people, are dying out because people spend all their time with fucking screens on their
But
face,
it's
up to
the
their
new
face.
way to live, Chase.
It's the new way to
social
live.
It
How do
is
you
the
call
way
that
It-
living? Is that living?
It's
social
social
media.
media.
It's not living.
You
You're
can-
not alive.
It is.
can meet
You're
with
not a
new
person,
people,
dude. You're not a
different
person.
cultures.
You aren't different cultures.
No, we're not. We're not different cultures. We're all the
There's
same.
different things to learn, Jace. You don't know what's happening
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Jace, there's
I'm
actually a good
glad.
part about TikTok. There's a STEM section that teaches
STEM.
you science.
It teaches
Like
you
me and Jace
science.
have been talking
Actually,
about doing
I
a
actually had that
boxing
same
match.
goal.
Why
I
don't you
decided
just
to fly
Why
over
don't
to
you
see
just pay
Dave.
attention in school if you want to learn about science?
No, I'd rather be on TikTok.
You'd rather watch a
listen.
60-second video that you're not going to remember. What's
It's not
one
actually
thing you've
16
learned?
seconds, dude.
Yeah.
Jace, wait,
Sometimes
if
they're
you
longer,
decide to
sometimes they're
gym by
shorter.
their house, I recommend going to the gym, like
What?
getting a good workout.
Yes, that's
Easton
another
Works, I
thing.
wouldn't do that.
The gym. Easton, you're always so
gym.
mad because people call you fat. If you would get off of TikTok and go to the gym for the hour that
I'm
you
barely
spend
on
scrolling,
TikTok.
then why are you sitting here acting like it's the
Hey,
best
Jace,
thing
if
on
I
the
go
Wait,
to
planet?
the gym, I'll
wait.
probably be on TikTok on the treadmill scrolling. I'm not gonna lie.
On the treadmill.
Jace,
That's
Jace, you
most
know
likely what
my.
I'll be doing.
Jace, you want to see my screen time on TikTok today?
No, I don't. I don't care.
Wait, let me check my
Jace.
screen time. Wait, Ethan, let's check
Yeah,
our screen
Tato,
time.
go.
Oh shoot, I have 8 hours on TikTok just today.
But
Uh,
Jace,
I don't
if
want
I do
that guy.
come and fly and see you,
As
can
you-
we do a boxing
You
match?
can. That would be really fun. But look,
Yeah, that would be
Easton,
fun as
8
shit.
hours.
As you know,
Easton,
James.
look, if you would, sorry, Tato, if you would have went to the gym for 8 hours today, you know how much weight you would have lost?
Bro, who the hell do you think you are?
Hey,
None.
Jace, I only hit 57 minutes on TikTok today.
Jace,
You're
I'm
better than
averaging
Easton.
from 1 hour to 15 hours a day on TikTok.
Damn.
15
Yo,
hours
yo,
a
Bird
day.
Mom, Bird
Get
Mom,
shit
I would
outta here.
recommend
That's
for 12
terrible, dude.
hours.
Jace.
No, that's
the
good.
best thing you can
That's
do.
because I fall asleep watching it.
Hey,
so.
Jace,
That's
can I show you something?
terrible. What the freak? Go ahead, Charles. No, I don't care to look at your statistics. What are you saying, Tato? Sorry.
As you know, Jace, I'm a little overweight, but I go outside and play basketball.
He
not,
does
like,
stuff.
all the time.
He does stuff.
Ethan, look at
Me,
your
I do too.
Like-
You still like
I go to my church gym and play basketball with my friends.
Okay, listen, I don't
No.
go to church. I don't do church.
What time is
Oh,
left
my.
over then? I mean, if there's only so much time in a day, you spend 8 hours on TikTok. That's
All
the
right,
whole.
Jace, I have a question for you.
No, that's because I fall asleep with TikTok
Wait.
on.
You're a person without TikTok. What does your daily life look like?
Yeah, for real.
It looks like YouTube Reels instead. YouTube
Yeah,
Shorts.
exactly.
Because you can't get away from it. I'm telling you, they need to make it where you can disable
It's
it.
social media.
It was
Jake. You have to
easy.
need
No,
it.
you don't need that bullshit. People have lived for centuries, millennia without that bullshit.
Jace, we're in a new era.
And you know what? Really, this
We're
is
in a
the
new
worst
era.
era ever. Then people
Remember
are
back in
why-
the old days when everybody was muscular. Like
Yeah,
Not everyone was muscular. There was fat people then too. What are you talking
Highly rare.
about, boy?
highly rare.
only
Easton.
the rich were fat. Like literally, they were known as fat pigs.
Yeah.
While the
And
working
they
class-
Because
had
they were
money.
just catered to their entire life.
Yep. But no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Obesity is a big issue.
It is. It is. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
You
You think the Romans were obese?
Spartans. They were known for being very obese.
Didn't the Spartans like kill their kids if they didn't like meet their
They
standards?
did do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, bye.
Easton's
fucking
Natural selection.
Nowadays, like you would just straight up say they were on steroids.
Yeah.
Any TikToker would straight up say they were on steroids.
They were pretty. I mean, that's a good way to be though. But like,
It
what you're
honestly makes
saying-
me so sad when like parents come to my work and then they just buy a bunch of junk for their kids and then their kids are all fat and stuff. It's like that's the parents' fault.
Yeah, like the thing is,
I feel bad for those kids. It's child abuse.
It was easy for me to delete TikTok. I was never
I have to say
attached
the
to it.
worst thing with me staying fit and everything though, Jace, is I have a lot of people hitting on me at work. Like I already had to
That's-
get two
that's
people
terrible. I'm
removed for
sorry.
sexual harassment.
I'm sorry, man. Like I was saying though,
I
you
told
know-
one of my coworkers that I'd punch him next time he touches me.
Yep. What is
Well,
it?
yeah, I literally.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
know how I work at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I delivered someone their food and shit, and I guess they fucking remembered me a shit ton, and they were just like, "Fuck me, fuck me." They just started yelling that
Okay.
out at their window. It was like,
This happened.
it was like 11 p.m. at that time.
This happened.
Like straight up midnight, just yelling that at me and shit, and then they were saying how they loved me
This is
as I
true.
was walking off because I had to deliver it to their truck.
This story happened.
Like no joke, that actually happened.
It's real. But yeah, the reason issue is, like you're saying, JJ, what we were saying. It was easy to delete TikTok. All TikTok is scrolling, addiction porn, bullshit, dopamine porn.
It's
Addiction
not. I
bait.
don't even care about.
That's
the
all it is.
pornography on
That, no,
TikTok. Just-
I'm using pornography as kind of like a metaphor, because pornography is also addictive. In your brain, it's one of
It's
the worst
also a
addictions
major
you know.
issue.
And
Oh, actually, Paige
On
or
TikTok, you can also find that.
I know like we're not talking about the game right now, but I recommend Paige or the owner Jace
no game.
just to
At
check
all.
up on Tombs Auto. Like that's all I gotta say about that. Like something crazy happened.
Okay,
That's
Paige,
all I
go
gotta
fix
say.
that for me. Anyway,
But I
it's
put my laptop
something-
away.
It's an emergency. Like it's like
No.
it's not like a joke or anything like that. It's actually someone.
Is
was
it
using
actually
admin.
burning or is there fire?
No,
Just-
no. Someone actually griefed their base with admin. No joke. They just sent screenshots of what happened in their server in the major events.
None of my admins would do that.
okay, Paige, can you go work on
Okay,
that,
well, there's
please?
TNT
Yeah.
in their base.
Yeah, let me
that's
grab my
on fire,
laptop
but
quick.
TNT is
I
burning.
gotta find my glasses too because I took out my
Anyway,
contacts.
so
Paige, I'm right here. I can go check it.
yeah, no more game.
Are
you sure, Tatum?
I have
JJ,
Minecraft.
okay, go to a different VC, guys. JJ, like I was saying,
That's what I gotta look for.
I've had YouTube since I was like 11. You know, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. I've always loved YouTube. I don't think it's been a detriment. I think it would have been better if I never had it. But I don't think it's as hurtful or harmful to my brain as something that's like 60-second videos you scroll past nonstop. I don't think it's as bad. And so it's like you download TikTok for that experience, right? So it's not hard to delete it when you want to get rid of that experience. I can't delete YouTube because I use YouTube a lot for other things. YouTube was not created for that, and many people, millions of people, tens of millions, hundreds of billions, Billions of people,
Jace,
1 billion people had TikTok,
gotta-
YouTube
isn't
before
isn't
they
YouTube
added the.
automatically installed on your phone?
I don't think it is. I had to download it.
Boy, Google phones are right.
I have an iPhone, so I don't.
I don't know.
But YouTube wasn't designed, or it didn't start with the shorts thing, and you can't disable it. You can't disable it. You should be able to disable it. I don't want
I
to
don't
get stuck
use YouTube
scrolling,
Shorts.
and it happens every day.
You watch YouTube Shorts?
Yes, it happens every day. I don't go onto YouTube wanting to watch YouTube Shorts. There's a cool thumbnail. I look at it, and then I'm stuck scrolling, and I regain consciousness.
I
Like
agree with Jace on this one.
I regain
They
consciousness.
need to
Like
have a button so you can deactivate that.
yes, I regain consciousness like 10, 20 minutes later. Like what the fuck happened? You know, and the same thing on Instagram.
like,
I go
what
on
was I
Instagram
doing?
to look at like, what everyone's doing. Boom! I look at there's one cool thumbnail. Boom! I'm gone for an hour. Regain consciousness on an ad. Oh gosh, what's happening? I need to get off.
What if what I'm doing
I
with
miss,
Jace
like-
right now, spending a shit ton of money on his server is very unhealthy for me.
Yeah, and I've been trying to tell you, man. You need to really think about that stuff you're spending money on. I want you to like the thing you're talking about right now. I want you to really think about for a while because
yeah, I
that's
just
a
took,
lot.
like a walk around Minecraft and shit. I'm like, do I really want this?
'Cause that's a lot.
Is this really worth it?
And I want you to make sure that's something you actually really want to spend that much money on. But
No,
it's
it's
just
difficult. It's like it's either feed this unhealthy addiction or just straight up give up.
you don't gotta give up. The
I
whole
miss
point
like
of it-
the old Minecraft YouTuber videos, like
Yeah,
Stampy and stuff.
well,
Growing up,
those were fun as a
Okay,
kid.
what is Tattle streaming?
And
It
I
hasn't
think it's
Oh,
loaded.
yeah,
it's,
as a
it's
kid.
better. It's better than TikTok is because like I said, with those videos, it's one single narrative, one single video, one single thing to put your attention into. Kids already did not have very long attention spans before. It was hard to cater to the attention span of a child. That was viewed as a bad thing. That kids had short attention spans. It's worse now. The attention span is less than a second, dude. Like people have multiple. You've seen the stuff. It's not a joke. It's not an exaggeration to say that a kid would have like 2 different devices with bullshit going on it, scrolling. Like it's not a joke. It's not hyperbolic to say that. The average attention span of a child and even adults is less than a second now. It's terrible. Genuinely, it's terrible, and it's something that needs to get gone. I don't care for what purpose they ban TikTok. They need to get it out of here. And they need to make sure that this bullshit, these scrolling things are gone. They need to make a limit on all social media. In fact, all electronic devices, 13 or older, at the very least. At the very least, 13 or older. Because you get on that shit before and you're ruined forever. There's no getting away from it.
Agree
my
with
future
Jace.
kids aren't getting phones until they're like 13 or 14.
It's
And
just-
then like their
Ooh, what the
internet
hell?
access before that will be heavily restricted.
it's so
Dude,
detrimental.
I recommend waiting until they're like 18 so they don't make the same mistakes that we all did. Let's be honest, we all did make mistakes.
Well, the issue with that is, I mean, how are they supposed to live without being outcasted by their peers or
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I didn't get a
Actually
phone
take
until I
your
was
kids out
13,
places.
but
I mean, like parents nowadays don't even take their kids out to go to like
They
social
don't.
places.
they don't.
Like
My
there's
kids will be
And that's-
touching grass.
That's
for a
gotta
kid to
stop.
learn
Yeah, I
for-
remember like when I was a kid, like granted I live out in the country and I only have like a couple neighbors around me and you have to like walk down the road to get to them, but I would like go just knock on the door and hang out with like the neighbor kids and stuff.
None of my neighbors.
And it was
had
great.
kids, so that was never. a
Well,
thing.
the neighbor directly across the street from me, she has some grandkids and one of them is my age. We work together now actually.
I never had any.
The
like,
ones next to it have a daughter my age.
like next door
Yo,
neighbor
Jace,
friends.
if we did ever get together, dude, do you want to do some paintballing? That might be cool.
There's not many places around here to do that.
Want to do an IRL stream in March, Jace?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Dude, I wanted to do a boxing match with Jace.
We can.
Hopefully Nick can get some days off when I'm down there.
Hopefully you can. But
Wait, so what part? Like, where's the closest airport, Jace, to you?
Huntsville.
I think I'm gonna be
Like,
flying
give me
into
a link
probably
to
either
it.
Nashville or
I
Atlanta.
don't know the link. Just look up Huntsville, Alabama Airport. I live like 40 minutes.
Because the
away from
flights
Huntsville.
are the flights are cheaper if we flew into like Atlanta and then
Yeah.
just drive. It's like
Yeah.
what, like 3 hours, 3-4 hours. Not bad.
It's a while, but yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I
3-4
just
hours
plan on
isn't
flying
bad.
doing a boxing match with Jace
Yep.
and see if
We
we
are,
can raise any money for charity. For
Okay, so
fun.
we're not gonna raise any money. It's I guess we ended up talking mostly about TikTok, and I guess that's fine. I think that those scrolling 60-second short video, it's
all
it's
about a
okay. Look,
conspiracy, dude.
look. No, look. People have known forever that children, most people, have a short attention span. Everyone's known that, and you're not supposed to abuse that. It's a bad thing to have a short attention span. Now, and like this is in my lifetime. I'll be 20 years old in 10 days. It's not been that long. It's not been that long. I remember when it was a bad thing to have a short attention span. It's not now. It's okay. Even older people, they don't care. It's okay. That's fine. What happened? Why is it all of a sudden okay? It doesn't make any sense. Something has to be done. I'll tell you, something has to be done. Because it's ruining people's lives and they don't care.
It's honestly child abuse to allow your children to
It
have like
is.
full access to the internet so young.
People will put their kids on an iPad, leave them there.
I know, right? Crazy.
My parents sent me outside and then I'd like go play out in the
Yeah,
horse's pasture
Yeah.
and get covered in
me
mud.
too. These
Yeah,
kids
I'm
like
gonna be honest with you though. I think parents should spend way more time with their kids than they do
you don't.
nowadays.
It's because you have this generation of people, millennials. They're the ones having kids now, right? They don't know what they're doing. They were already a very troubled generation. It's snowballed since the sexual revolution in the 60s. Everything's just snowballed and it's getting significantly worse every generation because it's taking this from this generation, moving it to the next one. It gets even worse the next
Jace,
one. They do something to their kids, it gets even worse. It doesn't stop. It keeps getting
Jace, I
worse.
think we all agree we're getting lazier and lazier.
Yes,
We're
and
like
nobody
overly
cares.
running on electricity.
Nobody cares. We're being poisoned. Nobody cares. Our food prices are getting well. You know what? The fast food prices going up doesn't really matter. I don't eat fast food. People can't cook.
Fast food makes me sick.
People can't cook their own food.
I had McDonald's today.
See, it's terrible, and they put addictive stuff in fast
I
food.
love
I know
it.
they do because when I did
MSG.
eat fast food, I couldn't go without it. I had to have it every day. They put addictive stuff in almost everything. Like there's nothing today. There's so few things today that aren't addictive. They don't have addictive aspects to them because it's just people want to make money off of your suffering, off of your addiction. You get addicted to something, you can't stop doing it. So what are you gonna do? You're just gonna keep giving them money. It's free money forever and ever and ever. It's evil. I think the people doing it need to be killed. Just kill them. Like
Goes Cage.
Sorry, what?
Cage left.
Oh, I'll tone it down.
My
That's too
parents
far.
just, when I was a kid, they just sent me outside.
Yeah.
Like, have fun.
It's just it's gonna be terrible.
You can't go outside and play basketball
Now,
because it's winter.
yeah. Wintertime's always been like that.
I
But
go to the mall with my friends in the winter and we walk laps and people watch.
one saving
Like-
grace though. Millennials did or I guess, what would the generation before millennials be like? X.
Yeah, I think Gen X.
I hate the whole generation talk. I think it's the most cringe thing in the world. But Gen X did a pretty bad job
Humans are humans.
with millennials and Gen Z, right? They did a terrible job, and a lot of Gen Z people are waking up to it. They're not gonna repeat it. They notice the pattern. They're not gonna repeat it. That doesn't go for everybody. A lot of people are just going to do the exact same thing. They're going to have the same habits. They're going to make it worse. That's going to be the majority of people. But I think in the end, it's going to get to the point where the people who recognize the pattern and make a change are going to outweigh those who don't. It's going to take a long time. It'll be after our lifetime, maybe even after the lifetime of our grandchildren. But it will happen. There will be a reset, and everything will go back to normal. but it's going to take forever. And the unfortunate thing is, it's just going to happen again. People don't understand these traditions we had, all the society that was created from millennia of human society existed for a reason. They weren't created to be broken. Look what's happened. Look what's happened. It's terrible. It's almost unlivable. People don't want to have kids because of how terrible it is. And the thing is, some people just don't care. The same people who say they won't have kids are the ones who vote this bullshit in and support it. So just think of that what you want to. We need to go back to having theological morals in general. Whether you believe in what the Bible says or not, it's indisputable that the laws put forth in it, the rules, the guidelines, create a much better society than what we have right now. It's indisputable, really, on almost every front. So take that as you will. But I think TikTok is really the catalyst for the modern degradation of society. Of course, everything started going bad all that time ago, but TikTok's really just it shows how terrible things have gotten. It really does. So JJ.
Yes.
Sorry about going on the rant, but can you go with no TikTok tomorrow?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Can you try?
Nah. I tried in the past. I didn't work out.
What happened?
I didn't know what to do. So I wanted to see what's going on.
Pick up a hobby.
Yeah. People don't have hobbies anymore.
Like right now.
I paint sometimes.
I'm loading into something and I want to use TikTok just as because I'm bored. I want to have something to do.
See, that's the thing with addiction, man.
It's
you
not
go
addiction,
no,
it's
it is addiction. That's definition, textbook addiction. If you get off TikTok for a day, it's gonna be hard to know what you're doing. It'll be bad. It'd be like nothing changed. You go 2 days, a little bit better. When you get to a month, no TikTok, no dopamine overload, is when things will really start to change.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You will.
You just find hobbies.
If you go a month,
Think about things.
See, yeah, that's the thing. You don't have the incentive to think of something to do because you just hop on your phone and you'll get a dopamine overload. You'll just be happy the whole time. Doesn't matter. In reality, all you're doing is just making some.
I want to sleep that.
You're making some Chinese dude millions of dollars.
It's not the Chinese, man. I told you, the guy is from Singapore.
What's the difference?
Okay, first off, Singapore is not a communist country.
I don't care.
So why'd you ask? If there's a difference, and why don't you give it to
I'm
them?
trying to point out, it doesn't matter. It literally
You
doesn't
made
matter.
a public apology, by the way.
What?
In announcements. Look at it.
Oh, wait, later. But dude, it's just like
Listen, Jay, I don't know
I
why
don't
you hate TikTok
care
so much.
enough.
It's a really good
I don't
company.
care
You
whether
make
he's
money.
from China or if he's from Singapore. He is profiting off of a known issue with the human condition. That is
It's
the
not
attention
supposed to
span.
be- I don't think it's supposed to be designed like that. Then
You don't think that TikTok is designed to be addictive?
it's not.
There's even like the newer kid shows and stuff. They're also designed to be addictive with all the bright colors
Well,
and
no,
stuff.
that's how it's always been. Children love things with bright colors. It's not really an addiction thing in that case. It's more like a attention grabber because, like the children have an issue with attention. They don't pay attention, but you put a bunch of bright colors in front of their face. Yeah, they do. People have abused it forever. TikTok is just next level. Go ahead.
Jason, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the LGBTQ?
You know what?
Let me see how long I've been going. You know what? Why not? LGB. What do you
Okay.
think about LGB? What do you think
Okay.
about?
Okay. First off, I dislike it. I don't like it at all. I think it's terrible.
What's your issue with LGBT? You're atheist, aren't you?
No, fuck no, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not atheist. I'm Catholic.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you're coming from a religious standpoint.
I just don't think LGBTQ is like it's just weird. I think what the mindset of like dating your own gender is just weird,
It is weird.
and it's just unacceptable. It's unnormal. It's
It
unnormal.
is.
People that in today's society, people are normalizing it, and I don't like that.
Yes,
That's what I
that's
don't like.
true. It's what I went back to earlier. It's going
I
back
don't
to
like
that
some
thing.
people are just supporting it all of a
Yes,
sudden.
yes. It goes back to this idea of Christian morality. People say Christian morality doesn't matter. And so obviously in their eyes, you're atheist. You don't think Christian morality matters. Obviously, there's no issue with homosexuality until you get into what's actually happening in the society today, which is the complete and what comes with homosexuality is the complete destruction of sexual barriers and the traditions and guidelines we set up for how you're supposed to behave when it comes to these things in general. If it was just homosexuality, it really wouldn't matter. Yeah, it's not something I want to see, but I also don't want to see man and woman, a straight couple, kissing in public. I don't want to see that. Of course, it's a little bit more weird when it's a homosexual couple, but I don't want to see either of them.
Man,
You know, I don't want to see it. The issue is that you get homosexuality. You say, okay, it's not that big a deal. We're gonna let them do whatever. We're gonna support this. And then it gets into everything else. Now, premarital sex is a huge issue. We have hookup culture now, which is more common than actual relationships with one another.
I hate hookup culture.
Look at the
I know
divorce
something-
rate, and I think the divorce rate is related to something else, but it goes hand in hand.
You know what else I think is bad?
Go ahead. What?
People who are making money off of selling themselves. You know.
It's the same thing. It's
OnlyFans.
all the same. It's sexual degeneracy. It's the same bubble. It's unfortunate that normal gay people are lumped into this, but it's because they're not responsible for it. It's not their fault, but it's the society's acceptance of it as normal and okay, despite what the Bible says, that makes it terrible, right? Because when you say, okay, homosexuality is okay, we need to support it, then you have this long list of things that are very important that the Bible says, as far as sexual relationships are concerned, that just get thrown out the window at the same time. And then you end up with the society we have today that is fundamentally flawed and doesn't work. Look at South Korea. Doesn't South Korea have an issue where there's more people aged 80 than there are newborns right now? That's what you get. That's what you get.
And they're like making the children like learn that.
Yes, that's another thing. I I didn't know, and we're getting into more. I'll have to split this into it goes without saying, if you're watching right now, you don't want to hear about sexual topics, go ahead and click off. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Dislike it if you didn't like it. But we're gonna talk about that now. Wait, the issue is, I did not. I don't know about you guys. I didn't know what sex was until I was, let's see, maybe 14.
For me, like
14. 12, 14. I think I didn't pay attention during like the sex ed thing.
I didn't know what LGBTQ was until I was like 13.
No, wait.
mine was 13.
I
I
think
didn't know what sex is until I was 13.
I think I was 13 and I still didn't understand it very much.
I was like 13 or 14
Yeah,
and I didn't really understand it more until I was
So-
like 15 or 16.
And that's straight stuff. The human, I'll just say normal, because it is. I'm sorry, I have no hate towards homosexual people. I like a lot of homosexual people. And I'll get into that later. But normal sexual relationship and how it works, I had a vague understanding of it at age 13 because of the little sex ed class they have one day out of the year at school, right? Didn't really understand it very much. So why is it that we need to start telling kids about homosexuality so young?
It's
Like,
it's popping up more.
Yeah, sex is already confusing to a 13-year-old. or it should be.
Gay people need straight people to make more gay people.
Yeah. Why do we need more gay people though? See, that's the
We
thing.
don't.
I feel so bad for the normal gay people, right? Because there are people out there who just, why do you need more gay people? Why do you have to push people into becoming gay? That's against the point. It's almost like you're trying to just push people away from God in a way. Like that's your only reason for doing it.
There's an LGBTQ flag in my.
Why are you pushing
class.
that on little kids? Why are you pushing that on people in general? It's wrong. It's evil. It's satanic.
Jace,
Yeah.
one of my teachers teach freshman class, and she has an LGBTQ flag in her room.
See, that's 15-year-olds. 15 years old.
14 to
14 to 15 years old. You just
Hey.
learned what sex was.
No, you learn like in sex ed you learn it in freshman year.
Same year. It was a little bit earlier for me, unfortunately.
Damn, that sucks.
It's
My future
Yeah.
kids ever have a teacher with a gay flag in their classroom, I'm pulling them out of that class.
Just imagine how confusing it is. Like I'm very fortunate to have grown up in a very conservative area in North Alabama where this stuff didn't come up. I would have been so confused. Like, how confusing is that? You will know if you are a homosexual. You will know. But if you're pushing this on, well, you'll know when you are sure about everything. You're not confused. You understand all of it. You're an adult. Or you're an older person. Like maybe 17, 18. You'll know. If you're not just trying to get attention. These kids, how do you expect a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid to understand all this stuff going on? They already have a lot going on.
And there's like young kids becoming transgender.
That's terrible. That's irreversible. Sexuality is one thing, but irreversible stuff is like that's next level. We'll get into transgenderism later.
I don't even talk about that. That's transgender people scare me.
This is all making me remember the
I don't
age
wanna
regressor
be-
guy.
Usually,
that's
it's
the
just
thing.
like people that are attention seeking because they don't get
Yes.
enough attention from their
That's
parents.
the truth.
I think-
And look, what group is it?
I guess I was about to say that.
What
It is the
racial group?
white
It's
people.
it's all about attention. What racial group is the most likely to be a part of this stuff?
Whites.
Whites. Why is
White.
that? What is the one group that is not allowed to identify with their race, of their race? Say, I'm proud to be white. What group? Sorry, I just ruined it. Whites. Black people can identify with being black. Mexicans can identify with being Mexican. Everyone else can do it. Whites cannot. It's not a surprise that
Caucasian.
Caucasian describes a large group of people. I think it also describes Indians, if I'm not mistaken. Indians they're allowed to identify with being Indian. I had an Indian friend in school.
Like I see these people more popping up like in Universal Studios, Disneyland, and it's just scary. And even at my school, there's a lot. There's a lot.
So the issue
really
is, and they're all white, aren't they? They're
People
all
pop-
white.
Yeah, they're all white.
They're
for sure.
all white, and you have gay kids who are black, mostly women. But there are gay black men too.
Yeah, but
That's
they're
very
chill.
rare. That's very rare. White people
I don't want to think about that.
en masse in these liberal places, these progressive quote unquote places. I'd say it's regressive. These white kids, they're not allowed to identify with who they really are. They aren't. The black kids can identify with what they want
Because then you're
to.
seen as racist.
Yeah, you're a racist, right? You can't identify with it. You can't be proud of that. You're told to be mad
Who you
about it. You're
are.
supposed to hate who you are. So what do you expect them to do? What are they supposed to go and do?
Because they get hate from like other people, you know. About
What are
being
they
white.
what are they supposed to identify with as far as the liberal progressive viewpoint is concerned?
I don't
You're
know. It's the
evil
government,
unless
too.
you turn gay. They go gay
That's
because
true.
it's something they can actually identify with. They quit being the bad guy. They quit being the bad. They become the good guy. They're oppressed now. They have oppression points. That's why so many kids do it. That's why so many adults do it too. But it's
And it's also the
Yes.
government pushing it too. You see it like all these companies.
I don't know if it's the guys, more companies and
No, you can see
Corporate.
the government, like Joe Biden.
oh yeah, the
Kamala
government,
Harris.
like our current government,
Yeah.
pushes it heavy. They really do.
The Democrats.
Well, it's not just the Democrats. People need to throw away the whole Democrat Republican thing because it doesn't exist. It's
It's
not really real.
like every time it's Pride Month, you see every company change their logo to a
Yes.
Pride flag.
Yes. Why does Pride Month exist?
I don't know. I didn't know it
It's an
existed
official
until, like,
holiday
2020.
now.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Why does it
That's stupid.
exist?
To get a mouth, in my opinion.
Same thing like Black History Month.
Why does Black History Month exist?
It should get a
Where's-
day,
where's
not
the
a
White
This
month.
is the
you know?
same thing I'm talking about, right? You have a month basically praising blacks. You have a month praising homosexuals. What do you think white people are gonna do when they want some attention?
George Washington.
They're gonna go gay.
White History Month.
They're gonna go
They
gay.
also act like black people are the only people that were like enslaved.
Let's not get
White
into that.
people
'Cause, I
enslaved
mean,
white
there's
people.
a lot of stuff that goes into the whole slavery thing.
I don't
There's a
wanna
lot of
talk about slavery.
misinformation on both sides. People trying to deflect blame. There's a lot of bad arguments from both sides. White slavery in the
Sure, black
Americas,
is also
you're
black.
sorry, you're talking about in the Americas at least, which is what most of them talk about. A lot of black people and white people and everybody think that American slavery is the only slavery there ever was because they're ignorant or whatever. It wasn't. White slavery in the Americas was so rare that it's not even notable. What you had were indentured servants, which isn't much different from what we have today with debt. It's really not. So I mean, it's just, oh well. It's true. Blacks were enslaved in this country based on the fact that they were black. They weren't kidnapped by the white people. They were kidnapped by neighboring enemy tribes, which then sent them over here for cash.
Or even their own tribes.
Well, that was less common. It was there's a lot of warring going on. Warlords after war, they would go and they would slaughter an entire tribe, take the men, sell them off to the Europeans when they'd come. They'd take them to the Americas or other places where they would be used as slaves because the Americas are really good for farming. It's a good climate for farming. So that's really all that happened. They make it out like it's more than it really was. Every society up until that point, except European, actually. The Europeans were, as far as I know, unless they changed the narrative, which they could have, is that Europeans were introduced to the concept of slavery when they went to Africa. Asia's had it, the Middle East had it, and, well, no, that can't be right. There's no way that is right. That does not make any sense. Never mind. I know that a lot of the more advanced European countries didn't have it. They just had, what was it, I really don't know a whole bunch about it, honestly. Sorry. I won't pretend like I do. I know it wasn't very common until they started trading with West Africans. At that point, they just started sending them overseas to the Americas to farm and make money. But back on the topic of homosexuality, right? We had a big conversation today in the server, and I will talk about the game a little bit here. There's a little bit of a hateful...
Hello?
Hey, JJ. There's a little bit of a hateful expression that happened today. I won't get into what it is because I really don't want to talk about the game. Basically just like a little hateful demonstration against someone just because they're gay. I think that's wrong. What it's okay to hate is sin. That's it. If you're from the Christian viewpoint, you can hate sin. You can say homosexuality is immoral. It is. Hating people who are gay is not. You can take action, not violent action, but you can take action against a activist or whatever, activism, I don't know what you call it, like a demonstration that is trying to push homosexuality onto others because it's wrong. You can challenge homosexuality because it's wrong. to actively hate and to be hateful and start slurring somebody because they are homosexual is evil. It's just as evil as homosexuality is.
Like export.
Yeah, like export. Do you think Jesus Christ would come down here and start slurring some gay person?
Nah.
Do you think he
Nah.
would come down here and start hating some gay person?
No.
Jesus Christ would come down here. You know what? I don't want to.
Don't talk about religion.
No, I do want to talk about religion, but I don't want to pretend like I know what Jesus would do. I don't. I know what he would want us to do is to
Wait, Jesus, you're
turn,
Christian, right?
yeah, turn that person
On the other cheek.
towards what is right and away from sin, back to God. That's what they would want. That's what Jesus would want. Would want us to bring that person to him, not to push them further away with hate. That doesn't do anything. You're just as bad as they are, really. In all reality, you're no
Hey, Jace.
different. Yeah,
If Jesus came back tomorrow, would you go to heaven or hell?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. That's the unfortunate thing. I really need to fix that. And if you don't know, you really need to fix that soon too,
That's true.
because it could happen any day. So,
Anytime.
yeah. Yeah.
And it's scary
it is.
to know that.
If you don't know, you need to know, and you need to make sure that the people you love know. You need to make sure as many people you can possibly know. They need to know. They need to know where they're gonna go. And there's an easy way to know where you're gonna go. But I'm just not sure.
You think the devil's real?
Yeah, I do.
You think he's like on Earth right now?
Yes. Satan rules over this earth, actually.
You think he's like in high power right now, like in companies?
That you're talking about
Hollywood?
the Antichrist.
Antichrist?
I don't know if the Antichrist is among us yet.
Well, that's scary. Ew, I don't like that. Wait, let me see Antichrist.
What the fuck is that?
A movie?
But
Oh.
yeah. I would like to get someone who's gay on here at some point.
Here, let me
It's
get
just
Jay's on.
it's hard to. The thing with a lot of homosexuals is that, especially on here,
don't care.
they've clearly got something wrong with them mentally, and it's clear they're only homosexual for the reasons we stated earlier, or because of their mental illness, and it's
Mental
it's
illness,
so obvious.
or like a sexual past about them.
Yeah, it's because of something wrong with them, and a lot of the times this is why they react so poorly to any kind of criticism or any kind of comments about it. It's because they've already got underlying mental conditions. It's unfortunate. It's just there's so much stuff going on. It's terrible. But like if we got a homosexual person in here and talked about it, even if we were civil about it, they would get really mad, and they
Wait, we have Bentley.
they wouldn't handle it good.
We can get Bentley up here.
It would be bad. It would be bad. Is Bentley homosexual?
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think you're joking.
No, I'm not. You never know.
You never know. He says,
Oh,
hell
yeah.
no, N-word.
I think it's time for me to go to bed. Good night, y'all.
Okay. Night, Tadler.
Night, Tuttle. I might go to bed soon too. I've been up since like 6 a.m.
Yeah, that happens.
I don't want to be here about you.
I went to work
Oh, it's
today.
okay, JJ. It's okay. What are your thoughts on? I mean, you told us a little bit of about homosexuality, JJ. I mean, what do you think?
About homosexuals?
Yeah.
Personally, I just don't like.
You
them.
said you don't
I
like it,
wanna
but
be
like,
good.
where does it come from for you?
Family.
What do you mean?
My parents don't like it.
Your parents don't like it?
Yeah, they wouldn't. There's nobody in my family that's gay,
Mine either.
and it just feels normal to not have that in your life.
It is.
And seeing it just come out of nowhere and it spreads Like
Well, it
everywhere
didn't.
you
It
go.
didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It grew very slowly, and it exploded. Once the internet got big, they started using.
Like the
Uh,
pandemic.
yeah.
Epidemic.
Yeah, it exploded.
I think that's when it started.
And
When people were at home.
I'll just be honest. I don't know how you feel about this. I think most people who say they're gay are not.
What do you think? Like children or
Mostly teenagers.
teenagers?
I think most of them aren't actually gay.
What? Well, what if
They just want to
act like
belong and have attention.
I think when it gets to being an adult, if you are still homosexual, most likely it's legitimate. But legitimate as it could be, because it is still wrong and you should still move from it. It's the same as any other temptation. It's unfortunate that you were tempted with this, but we're all tempted in different ways. We all fail in different ways. Please try and come to God, please,
Hold up.
away from sin. No
I'll
one's
be
gonna
back.
force you to, because that's wrong. But
I'll be back.
it's your own choice. Yeah, and the thing is, right? I think that most quote unquote conservatives are just as bad as most quote unquote liberals. Just how it is. You're looking into whatever you see online. You're copying the same exact words, the same exact rhetoric, saying the same exact things, just repeating what someone else said online, towing the party line, doing the exact. You think everything that your politician thinks. I like Donald Trump. I don't like Israel. I don't like his policy on Israel. I don't like his policy. I don't like his ideas with TikTok. I don't think that we should have TikTok. He's wanting to apparently stop the ban. I think that we shouldn't be importing more people into the country legally either. I think that we should start focusing on the actual people of the country. I've heard that Donald Trump and his team are thinking about importing a bunch of Indians.
Wait,
No hating
Chris,
against
I have a question
Indians,
about you.
but they should probably work on making India a little bit better.
India.
You don't have to repeat everything your politician, your party says, because then you're just a robot. You're not a person. You're a sheep. You're a robot. You're not actually forming your own thoughts. You're not really
Like
thinking.
Mussolini?
Yeah. No. What? You're just saying what everyone's wanting you to say, and that's the thing I could say to you. I've been all over the place, but I was an atheist at one point. I was a liberal at one point. I went to the other extreme. I was a neo-Nazi at one point. I'm back in. I don't believe in the political compass anymore. I don't think it's a thing. I just don't.
During
What I would suggest to everybody is to go out there and form your own opinion. Don't think, oh my goodness, this is against what my party thinks. Oh my goodness, this is wrong. No, it's not wrong if you think it's right. Okay?
So, Jace, do you believe you're a racist?
No, I don't.
So what'd you say about different like opinions on race? That's just your opinion. You believe like nothing.
What do you mean?
towards it, like hatred. Like you say, like Mexicans. Where do you think Mexicans should do when they come to the United States? You think they should come or no? Stay in their country.
I
fix
think
their
you should stay where
problems?
you are, and I think you should fix your country. I think
But
that nations should probably start caring a little bit more about the actual people of those nations, and they should understand and recognize that ethnicity as an actual contributing factor to what makes a nation and its culture. They shouldn't just import the entire planet into one place, because then you get what we have today. I don't have any hate for any of those groups of people. I don't. I think if you can assimilate on a small scale, it doesn't really matter. But when it starts, and it has irrefutably made extreme differences to the culture of this country, at least, it gets out of hand. I don't think there's anything wrong with those people. I don't think there's anything bad about those people. I don't hate those people. Get Dave up here, by the way.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with those people. I think that we should be allowed to put ourselves first. Every other group of people is allowed to put themselves first. But because we've done so well, because we've built this, what was a wonderful society the best in history ever. Because of that, we aren't allowed to put ourselves first now. We have to let everyone else come over here and start ruining it. Why can't they go back to where they're from and
Maybe 'cause they don't have,
establish
like,
the same
power in their
governments?
country.
We didn't have power in our country. We had to
Oh,
take it.
But countries are getting stronger and stronger with like
That's
military.
true.
How are,
That's
how are
true.
people supposed to
Maybe,
disagree with that?
maybe,
You know,
maybe that's the problem.
we need Harry Wilson back. You know,
Who?
Harry Wilson.
Who's that? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
I gotta
But
look him
what
up.
you're
I think I
saying
put
is
him on.
true. But also, it's not stopping them.
It's like martial law. You know.
In places where people can get access to weapons, they're able to overthrow and start and
People are
establish
scared, dude.
an
People are
actual.
scared. They
Well,
wouldn't
no,
do it.
you know what? It's the world, the globalists. I hate to get into you know, conspiracy stuff here. Going back to TikTok makes people
Oh, no.
docile. It makes people docile so they don't want to do anything.
What are you saying? Like propaganda on TikTok?
Not propaganda, just the fact that you're on TikTok rotting your brain away. You don't care to make a change. I don't know if they have it all over the world. I know they have it in a lot of places.
You know,
But-
TikTok's banned in India.
That's good. Good on
Fire-
India.
Everybody's safe.
But I hate to get back into the TikTok thing. My view is I think that people should really care about if you want to live in America, turn your country into America. Adopt the things that make this country great and stick to them. The amount of countries in the West, at least, that adopted the same like ideas that a country was that America was founded on, they just let it go now. It doesn't matter. Like none of it stuck. They imprison people for what they think. All this bullshit. They don't care. And so those civilizations are shit. People hate it there. These are first world countries too. But
Like Mexico?
No, I'm talking more about like Britain and
You
Canada.
ever been to Mexico?
No, I haven't. I won't go ever. Sorry.
It's their cities. I've been there. Go cities. It's ugly.
Well,
It's very hard to breathe there. It's
sure.
like houses stacked on top of each other. It's really bad.
Urban hellscapes is unfortunate. It's happened all over the
Yeah.
planet. This is why the South should have won, but I won't get into that. But you know,
Proud.
it's unfortunate,
Mhm.
man. That these people, and I feel bad for them. They really have. Well, the issue is they have everywhere to go, but they should really work on fixing the place they're at. Because when they go to these other places, you know what they do? They don't change their mindset. They don't change themselves. They weren't willing to change their country, and they weren't willing to change themselves. So enough of them come over, and guess what? You just became that. It's already
Why not?
happening in Europe. You became the
Which
exact
European
same.
country?
What?
Which country?
France is pretty bad right now. It's getting really
know.
bad in France, but it's all over Europe. All over. It's just
When
it's
you live in
unfortunate.
Iceland.
Iceland. Iceland actually
Greenland.
isn't that bad. Iceland's pretty nice from what I understand.
Iceland. Wait. Which country has zero military?
I don't know. There's probably a few. It's just, man. I know what you're saying, and people do view it as racist now, but I don't see how it's racist. I
What?
don't think I'm better than you. I don't. I think that the society and the culture that my people created is better than yours if you're gonna come over here. So you need
Country is. I mean, you
To-
say culture as what? What is your culture as a white man?
what isn't. I mean, you live in
Are you-
America. You're speaking my language.
English, isn't it English? Like you're talking about like American English.
European. It's white.
But white isn't like a race.
Yes, it is.
White's a color of your skin.
That's so true.
If you were born in
That's
America,
so true.
that's your race.
No,
American.
it's not.
Why not?
Why would it be?
Because you were born in that country.
So if I go over to Mexico, am I have a kid? Is that kid gonna be Mexican?
Most likely.
That can be a white Mexican kid. He's gonna be just like everyone else in Mexico.
So, Jace, you're a white man from what country?
Well, actually, my family's from all over. Scotland, England. There's a Native American too. But actually, my family was here when the nation was founded. So I can say I'm American.
are-
They helped
you
to
are
found the
Native American.
country.
Just say that.
They fought for it. They were here before it existed. So yeah, I think I could say pretty confidently
You're
that
saying that your family fought for America twice.
my family
The
did
war.
fight. My family did fight for real America twice, in the Revolution and then in the Second Revolution in 1861. Unfortunately, we lost the second time, but we won't get into that. But yeah, I can say with great certainty that yeah, I'm American
I'm
in
not.
every sense of the word. Any way you want to say it.
Do you think I'm American since I was born in America?
It depends. You act like it.
Oh yeah.
I think that people can assimilate into the culture. It's not really about race entirely. When you come in small concentrations and you assimilate into the culture, you accept the norms that make this what it is, it doesn't matter. You're just as American as anybody else. I don't think that we should be giving benefits to immigrants. You know that if you're an immigrant, my boss told me this. He's an immigrant. 10 years you don't got to pay taxes.
10 years.
10 years.
Wait.
And that's on business, anything. If a white, that's why so many of these businesses are owned by immigrants now. It's easier. Significantly easier. If I wanted to go start my own business, I would have to pay an unimaginable amount of taxes.
Well,
Go through
why?
an
Why is
unimaginable
that,
amount of loopholes, or sorry, hoops to start that business. It's not like that for them.
But why? Why is it like that right now?
Don't know.
Who set that up?
It's been like that for a while. I don't know. He just told me. And that's wow.
Wait,
That's
he's
ridiculous.
immigrant from what country?
Mexico.
State.
Deep
He
state.
went to Alabama. What a mistake.
Well, he's doing pretty good.
He speaks English good?
Yeah, he speaks good English. Yeah,
Is your boss? Damn, you work for an
I
immigrant?
like him. I do. That's unfortunate, isn't it? My
Yeah,
family,
it says a lot about
my
you, man.
my family came over here 1600s, right? We created this country, we fought for it, they bled for it, and now I'm here working for an immigrant. I won't say I like him, but it's unfortunate. It really
Why
is.
don't you?
It really is to think about. It really is. But
you
I
were here
lo-
before him,
I
right?
look, and I'm semi joking. The idea of it is unfortunate, but he works really hard. Okay, he's put a lot of work into it. He's a stand-up guy. He's one of the best people you ever meet. Okay, like I love working there. He's a great guy. He really is.
Wait, what's your
All
job
the
again?
pur- I work as at a restaurant serving.
Oh,
He's a great guy.
why couldn't you do a government job?
Why would I want to work for that's something I hate more than anything else in the world. The United States
I thought you liked
government.
the Alabama government.
The government in Alabama? Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, what would I do? I do want
Security.
security. That actually isn't that bad of an idea, except for the fact there's not many government buildings for me to go be a security guard at in Union Grove. So, you know,
You live in a town, right? Or
yeah,
a city?
nowhere
Why don't
near
you live
some-
like in the capital of Alabama?
because it's 3 hours away. My family doesn't have roots there. You know, my family's been in the same place for it'll be 4 generations. 4. My
How
great
did your,
grandfather was a
family-
sharecrop manager.
How did your
Um,
family originate to Alabama?
Alabama?
They just moved
Well,
down there?
the Hayes family has been in the South since they got here.
Oh, wow.
It started with someone named, I forgot his name. I know his son was named Hercules Hayes. He ended up fighting in the War of 1812.
Your grandpa?
No, not my grandpa. Great grandpa times maybe 8 or
Oh,
more.
Damn.
But
You're lucky.
he
you
fought
had
in
a shot like
that, and they lived in South Carolina, And then when you get to the Civil War, there was Harmon H. Hayes. He was in White's Company H, Georgia Infantry. He was in Georgia and then moved to Marshall County, Alabama after the war was over. And then I have the King side of it. His name was John King. He was in Alabama during the war. He was in the 23rd Alabama Infantry down here. So I don't know when they got to Alabama. I didn't go as far into that one because it doesn't share my namesake. But I'm proud of them. You know, that's just it's like I get an immense amount of pride knowing that I had direct ancestors who fought so hard for something like that.
But why don't you serve in the United States Army?
Because the United States Army is evil. The United States is evil. They were fighting to prevent that.
What about under Trump's administration?
I don't know that it's going to change. Like I said, if we go to war with the cartels, I will enlist immediately. Because it's something noble. But the military-industrial complex is not a good thing. Like, it's evil.
You think World War III is going to start?
I don't know. I won't claim to make any knowledgeable claims on that. But, you know, my ancestors, they fought in that war. I mean, it was bloody. You know, and it was brave. You know, they burned. I live near this city called Gunnersville. Small city. They burned it for no reason. Federal Army did. The Federal Army.
Damn.
The United States. They came down the Tennessee River, got off their boat, burned the city down, got back on their boat, left. Nobody was there to defend it. Everyone was off fighting.
Just a normal city? Not even like a military base there?
Nope. They just burned it. And there's many such cases. It's just that case is 10 minutes away from my house.
Is it still up?
They rebuilt it. You can't get records from the courthouse before 1865 because they got burnt. They're gone. It's just it was evil what they were doing, and it's sad knowing that they put everything they had into fighting for liberty, to be their own nation, to govern themselves, just like our colonist ancestors did in the Revolution.
The British Empire?
Towards the British Empire is no different. No different. But we lost. And so...
What if we lost against the British Empire?
People will say they were evil. Evil people.
Damn.
No, they weren't. I know they weren't. For a fact. I know.
What? Don't they blame them for slavery?
Yeah. They didn't own any. Not that that matters. But I know. I know they weren't racist. John King, the one I mentioned before, he was a Confederate soldier, 23rd Alabama Infantry. You think he's racist? JJ, be honest.
For being a Confederate?
Yeah, do you think he's racist? I'd be completely honest. Do you think he was a racist?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what race his wife was?
Black.
She was full-blooded Indian.
Oh.
4 kids with her.
That was illegal at the time, right?
No. Well, I don't know. I actually don't know.
Because wasn't it illegal to like intermarriage or whatever?
I think so, but I really don't know. I think that might have come later. I don't know much about it, honestly. I'm pretty sure that came later on, but he yeah. And I know he was also, this would have been 1865 or after when he got married. So
like married legally?
No idea. I haven't looked into it. I don't know when that racial intermarrying law came into be. But you know, and you might think, well, maybe he was forced to fight. He didn't care. He wasn't too patriotic about it. Can you tell me a guess? What do you think he named one of his sons?
Probably I don't know. White name?
Robert Lee King.
Oh, like Robert
So
Lee.
you can't say he wasn't very patriotic about the Confederate cause. He clearly cared an awful lot about it. I'm sure he fought hard too. it's hard to say he's racist. I mean, I don't know, JJ. Do you think someone could be racist and then marry somebody of a different race? Do you
It
think that's-
depends what they're racist to.
Can you be racist just towards one group? Isn't racism thinking that your race is unequivocally better than any other?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean all races, right?
It has
Because
to.
like,
If you're better than all the other ones, then what's the difference?
how do you know this Indian girl wasn't also half white,
Half white. It says she was full-blooded Cherokee.
full blood?
Yeah.
Was she born in America?
My grandpa was part Cherokee.
Was that a joke,
Oh, yeah.
JJ?
No.
She was a Native American.
So she was born in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think.
I used to love, like, I'm big into the Confederate stuff now. It's very interesting to me. I'm very proud of it.
Why do you care so much about it? It's in the past.
It's
dude.
the stuff I'm talking about now, man. It's just,
But, like,
it's something
what's
I'm
so
very
fun about
proud
the
of.
Confederates?
I'm so proud of it. It's this idea, this concept of being so fed up with the federal government, which I think we can all relate to, that you're gonna leave and you're gonna create your own country, and that just so happens to be in the place that I live. This collection of the states around me creating their own government, their own America, their own nation, the Confederate States of America, taking what they liked from the founding fathers' documents, like the Constitution, and adding on to it. One of the main things they added was God. God
To,
was in the Confederate Constitution. It was an expressly Christian nation. That's one thing people don't talk about. The United States in that same period of time, Lincoln refused to do the same thing with the American Constitution. Take that as you will. If you're atheist, that's fine.
atheist.
Obviously, that's going to be fine for you. But you know,
I'm not atheist.
I'm talking to people watching if they ever watch.
Okay.
But to me, obviously, I think that's a wonderful thing. And I don't see why people are so hateful towards this idea of a second country. Why they're so scared of the idea. Why they hate the idea. If we were our own country, you liberals could ruin. I say liberals, you fucking crazies, in the rest of the country could ruin it however you want to, and we wouldn't be there to stop you. Imagine how wonderful that would be. You could do whatever you wanted, guys. But
It would have been really interesting
but we
if, like, the
coulda-
South was able to break away.
We
I don't
did
think they
for
would've-
5 years. Yeah,
I don't
5
think they
years.
would make it
You don't think they would make
because
it?
because like you see how the North kept on pushing forward like with factories, and the South would just stay in.
The South was able to survive prior.
Yeah, but they wouldn't like be able to have what
Yeah.
the North would have. Like
The South would have been
factory.
able to be, like,
Well,
self-reliant.
we already had in places in South Alabama in particular, we already had industrialization. We just took it a lot slower because we were a primarily agrarian society.
Yeah, because we like those fields. Open
And you know,
fields.
our southern states were richer than the ones in the north. Mississippi was
now.
the richest
Not
state
now.
in the. Yeah, I wonder why. It's almost like they salted everything, burned everything down, killed everybody, and sent them over out west. What is the richest place on the? Maybe second richest now, because there's some rich people in New York. Do you know where all those?
California.
You know where all those ex-Confederates went after the war ended, and they had nothing left?
They went up north.
They went west
Oh,
to make their new
yeah.
life. What's the West like
West.
now?
powerful, rich.
Yeah, very rich.
By only California. The
They
rest suck.
rebuilt. No, I mean a lot of those western states are pretty
I mean,
well off.
each state is mostly better than every single like European country.
They rebuilt from nothing a new society that was also successful. Unfortunately, California was overtaken last century. But you know what? Hey, you know it happens. Unfortunately, it just
What if it becomes a red state? Would you be happy?
it was for a long time.
Yeah, but it switches, doesn't it, every year?
Doesn't
Oh,
switch
shit.
every year. No,
Every 4 years?
It's stuck. No, it's been
I
stuck
don't think it's
blue
stuck
for a long time.
since like the.
But you know
Bronco?
why? I think they've been rigging the votes there.
In Cali? Because what? It
Yeah.
has the most?
No, because you have no voter ID.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
No state that has no voter ID will ever go anything other than blue ever.
I'm going to be able to vote next year.
That's good. I'm very happy for
Or
you.
not next year, but next election.
And it goes down. It comes down to who runs that state, really.
Gavin Newsom, my top guy.
Newsom, whether or not they're gonna have voter ID, because I think voter ID. There's no real, actual argument as to why it shouldn't be
Why
in
you
there.
need voter ID? You have to be a citizen to be in the United States.
Yeah.
Or you don't need it.
No,
But
people.
you got these stupid immigrants coming
No,
in
it's
every
because
day,
they're
dude.
just putting votes in for people that don't exist.
People. Okay.
If you have voter ID, when I went to vote, they scanned my driver's license, put me in the database. It counted my vote as being used. Jace Hayes voted. You had to register to vote prior. They have amount of votes that go in. Can't exceed that. Every
I don't think
person
people
gets
in
ticked
California are
off.
voting. Actually,
You don't think anybody's voting?
I think people are just really extremely lazy nowadays, and they can't do it. I mean, I don't even know how to vote.
They can't make it to the voting booth. It wasn't
know how
hard.
to
It
vote.
wasn't hard to do. But
I don't
I
know how to
just
vote yet.
I don't
It
think
literally took like 10 minutes.
yeah, I don't think it comes down to
Can you do it online?
oh well, you're already in the United States. What do you do? I think and Robert Kennedy put it this way: it needs to be easier to get an ID, and then we need to make it mandatory to have that ID to vote. It's the only secure way to vote. If I'm not mistaken,
Because even if you don't have like a driver's license,
you can get an ID.
you can still get like a regular ID.
Yeah. But
So you
it's
think-
hard for some people. Some people
So you
are
think-
lazy.
Wait, who
Then
do
they
you
don't
think
need to
is-
vote.
Who do you think is rigging it, Jace?
The deep state.
Okay.
They had a set of, and as much as I think that Donald Trump has some really stupid opinions on stuff like Israel, on stuff like
Ukraine?
well, no, not really. I think there are a lot of things that he's wrong on, but he's not the one that they wanted in. Obviously, they had a very clear, set plan that they wanted to set in motion,
For Kalama.
and he destroyed it. He stopped their plan. It's
Isn't
true.
he gonna stop everything that Biden was doing?
I don't know. He'll probably leave some of it. I'm sure there was some things that were good. Not many, but I'm sure there were some.
Who did you vote
Huh?
last president election?
Last? 2020?
Yeah, Trump or Biden? Yeah, Trump.
I couldn't vote. So I was 15.
Fucking loser.
But yeah, I think that the Democrat and Republican parties are both a part of the corruption in the government. There's no doubt about that. But Donald Trump isn't the person that either party wanted. Right? Issue is that Republicans couldn't win without him, so they kind of have to do what he wants now. And he put in a lot of people that are anti-establishment with him. That's the big thing. Anti-establishment. I would rather have Bernie Sanders
Who?
as opposed to somebody like Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders is he's radically on the other side of me, but he's against the establishment.
Of what?
I would have voted for him over Biden any day,
Really?
or anybody who was
Wait, wasn't he in the,
pro-establishment.
election for last year
No, he wasn't.
or 2020?
No, I don't think so.
I honestly feel bad for Biden. He should be like retired and have like
Yeah,
full
He
care,
basically
not
is.
running a
He was on
country.
vacation most of the time.
We need
Mhm.
Hillary Clinton back, actually.
We need Hillary, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you
I
asked.
think I want to go to sleep though.
Okay. Good night. We kind of
Good night.
got off topic on the whole thing with the Confederacy. You asked me why I'm so into it, why I care so much. Do you understand now, or is there any? Because most people don't understand it. They think it's just a racial
You
thing.
like it because of your family.
And more. I like the concept. I think we'd be much better off. You can
As an
talk about the
independent?
slavery issue, but I don't think it would have lasted. I just don't.
Yeah, but slavery was popular in both sides of the.
It
Parts,
wasn't
yeah.
popular. The United
It-
States had it, Well, I would say actually it was the pro-slavery option in the remaining United States during the war was more popular than the abolitionist standpoint going into it, at least in the early war up until the middle of it. They changed the meaning of the war with the purpose halfway through after the Battle of Antietam. You know, the Emancipation Proclamation wasn't passed until 1863, 2 years into the war.
Yeah.
You know how many slaves it freed?
Like a million?
0.
Oh.
You know what it said?
What does this say?
It said that slaves in states that were in active rebellion would be freed. Meaning
But they're not.
it only freed slaves in states that the federal government had no actual authority over anymore.
Oh.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. There were so many. And you know what's funny?
What?
After it was passed, you know how there's West Virginia and Virginia?
Yeah, yeah.
What is now West Virginia left the state of Virginia and rejoined the United States as a slave state. Let's slack up.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
Slack.
I don't know how long I can say.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
There's one big thing that me and JJ were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and it was religious based, and I think that you could really help us with it. And it's this
With what?
this question of how do you know if you've been saved or not?
You're baptized. You receive the sacraments frequently.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm baptized.
What if
within
you're baptized
within
as a baby?
Catholicism. Well, huh? Wait, what'd you say?
What if you were baptized as a baby? Does that still count?
When the apostles were sent out to baptize, they baptized entire households, which included infants. The Catholic Church considers anybody to be whoever is the age of 7 or above to have enough faculties and reason to be able to make decisions for themselves, in so much as they can discern what is good and what is bad. That is when the Catholic Church doesn't allow people to be baptized anymore, and they have to take classes to learn about the faith and just basic fundamentals.
I was
Um,
baptized.
If you were baptized as an infant, should you get baptized again?
No,
You shouldn't.
Oh,
you're already baptized.
So are you
So-
already saved?
so am I saved?
Are you in the state? Oh no, hold on. Let me rephrase that. In Catholicism, if you're baptized and you are in a state of grace, you are saved.
See, the issue is I was in
JJ, are you
between
baptized?
in between me being baptized as an infant, which I don't even remember. I have been everything under the sun, including atheist, in that time.
Mhm.
Should I be rebaptized?
No.
So it doesn't matter.
The purpose of baptism is to
Clean.
again within Catholic dogma and theology, and what the early Christians held was that you are baptized in order to become a member of the body of Christ, that being a member of the church, and to get the stain of original sin removed from your soul,
Okay, so
that
it's only the
has always been-
original sin that it cleanses.
and to become a member of the church. Yes.
Okay.
Until you are baptized, you're a heathen. You're outside of the church.
Okay.
The thing about it, like Jews and Gentiles in the Old Testament, getting circumcised was the old sacramental way of becoming a member of the church back then.
Mhm.
And then St. Paul says that there is neither Jew nor Gentile. You no longer have to you no longer have to be circumcised. You only have to be baptized now.
Okay.
Wait, are you guys circumcised?
No.
No comment.
Wait, what does that mean? Is that tip or no tip?
We shouldn't talk about it, JJ.
Anyway, yeah,
So
that's
as long as you're baptized and what are the other steps? How can someone know?
state of grace.
Was that it?
That being, yes.
Good.
Now, obviously, we're not perfect.
Mhm.
We need sacraments. Christ gave us sacraments
Sacraments
in
is
order
like,
to merit more reward in heaven. Become stronger here, so that way we don't have to spend more time in purgatory once we die. That's why within Catholicism we have the Eucharist, confession, sacraments for later in life like holy matrimony, holy orders, things like that. Those aren't necessarily needed if you look at it like under a microscope. You don't need those things to go to heaven, but they will aid you in going to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, a state of grace just means no. How do I say it? No serious sin.
Like
yourself.
willingly, like thinking, I know this is a sin, and I'm going to do it because it's a sin. Kind of like that. Doing something
Mortal
because-
sin is full knowledge. You know it's serious, and you do it anyway.
Yeah.
For example, if you know that, I don't know, having relations outside of marriage is serious, you know it's wrong, and you do it anyway, that would be a mortal sin.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the early Christians also held to this. So
If you do something like that, how do you forgive yourself?
You
go
don't
to
forgive
confession.
yourself.
You don't.
No.
What
You-
about
you
Christ? though? What
can.
did you
He
forgive
will.
him?
Yes.
and he instituted his own way, for you to get forgiveness for those sins.
Yeah.
That being confession.
Oh, confession.
Is
Yes,
it
so-
possible to be forgiven without confession through
Um,
prayer or other means?
mm,
Because obviously, not everyone across the planet has access to it.
so as long as you okay, that's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
Unless you live like in China or Africa or like a Muslim country, you have like everyone has like a Catholic church at least within like an hour of them.
I'm just curious about what those people would do.
Yeah, so I was getting to that. As long as you have the intent, you're fully repentant, you're fully contrite, you have the intent of going to confession as soon as you can, whenever you can, then no, you will not go to hell. Your sins are forgiven. You have an implicit forgiveness in that. Same thing goes for people who can't get baptized. If they desire to be baptized and they die before they can get baptized, then they are baptized by the implicit desire.
And wait, okay, by breaking confession down into its very, like, the most basic form, obviously there's stuff we don't. What is it?
It's so when Christ came back from the dead and he appeared to the apostles, he I don't know the verse, word for word, but he breathes on them and then tells them, "Whose sins you shall forgive, they're forgiven. Whose sins you shall retain, they shall be retained." They were made priests at that point, and they were told to go forgive the sins of others. And so through that, we have the sacrament of confession. Basically, this is God's way of him knowing we have a fallen nature. We're obviously going to sin, and in serious ways too. So he instituted an easy way for us Christians to be forgiven for our sins. That would go into, venial and mortal sin too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mortal sin is something that you can't have forgiven by anything other than confession, or martyrdom or something like that. But venial sin is less serious sins, like talking back to your mom or saying a cuss word.
Yeah.
Those can be forgiven by just a sincere act of repentance, or any good act, really. If you say with enough devotion, enough reverence, the venial minor sins like that can be forgiven just through that. But yes, just Christ's confession is just Christ's way of instituting forgiveness in an easy way for us.
Yeah. It's good to have some light shed on that. I was hoping you'd come by because it came up earlier.
Yeah. Again, there's also the aspect of it being difficult for us to, obviously it is hard for someone to say their faults to another person. And another aspect of it too is that the priest within Catholic teaching acts in the personhood of Christ. He is not him directly, but Christ uses him as a tool. So you shouldn't really be thinking of it as you confessing your sins to another person, but Christ is there present, using the priest as a vessel for forgiving your sins, and the priest himself does not have the ability to do this. It's only through God that
Yeah.
these things are forgiven. There's a lot of misconceptions that could pop up with this.
It's more about the action of telling this person who is a vessel for.
Yeah, it is like a way of exercising humility to
It's very
tell your faults to
difficult.
another person.
It's
Yeah.
difficult. Do you think
And again,
that-
it's also like I know within Protestant teachings, there's some people who are really scrupulous about whether or not they're saved. This just makes it easy because you know for a fact if you know that you confess your sins, that you said it verbally, that you were sorry for them, that you're forgiven. It's just that straightforward. I know within other sects, it's really
and
just
that's-
people struggle with scrupulosity.
That's where the confusion came from me, because I've only ever been Protestant, and it's kind of they make it out like, well, you just know, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't. What does it mean? They make it like it's something that just happens,
Mhm.
you know, and that could be true. I haven't felt it before. They describe it as basically intense, a moment of intense prayer, which results in being overcome by the Holy Spirit, and then from that point forward, I guess you were following Christ's path that He's set forth for you.
Yeah. Another thing I've heard from Protestants is that your good works are like a method of knowing that you've been saved. That's also very vague.
I think that kind of goes against the point.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I mean, the point is that once you're saved, you know, once you're walking in Christ's path, that you'll be like intrinsically, without knowing it, do good deeds or something like that. Yeah, that's something else I've noticed. Like Protestantism is supposed to be the easier. Look, I don't mean to demean your beliefs, Chase, but like from other people I've spoken to who are atheists, I had this friend who's an atheist, and I was talking to him about Christianity, and he said, you know, if I converted to Christianity, I just choose Protestantism because it's less strict and it's easier. What do you think about that?
I think the fact that it's so vague, so much of it is so vague, it's almost harder. At least with Catholicism, you know, if you've been baptized, if you go to your confessions, if you do these things, you know you're saved. You don't have to think was that, was that really me being saved? And another thing that they've brought up is that you can be falsely saved. It can be Satan tricking you into thinking you're saved. It's so.
I haven't heard of that.
I've heard
That's
that
interesting.
online from people online. They could have just been atheists, but it's so confusing almost, because I never felt that what they're describing. They don't describe it really. It's just like if you know type thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like with Catholicism, it's almost like, well, there's not some mystical feeling that you know. If you don't know, you don't know, and you keep trying type deal.
Yeah. Just food for thought. Do you think the early Christians taught this? That when preaching to heathens and like in China and stuff, do you think they just told them, "Hey, you guys know, baptism is just a symbol. You'll know you're saved when you feel it."
You'll feel it. I
Yeah,
think that
you'll
you
just
probably
know
will. You probably do feel it, most likely. A sense of almost relief and
Mhm.
all that, but I don't think it would just be magical.
Just one day you'll feel it, Jace.
You'll feel it.
JJ, what were you raised as?
Catholic.
Yeah, I assumed that much.
I've been looking into it. It's just there's so much. I don't know.
Hit me with the questions. I teach catechism at my church. I've been
think.
studying this for a couple of years now.
Okay, the main one was and it wasn't really a question about the one you answered just now.
Objections, questions, anything.
Let's see. Just tell me how it works. What
I don't
are
know,
the
bishops,
differences? What are the big differences?
Candles. Huh?
What are the big differences? Like what is?
Okay. That's pretty broad.
I know.
But generally, we have a hierarchy. We have a structure. Christ instituted it as much when he told Saint Peter that on this rock. Peter translates to rock literally in I think it's Aramaic or Greek. I know that's besides the point. Anyway, rock in the Latin Vulgate translates to Peter translates to rock, and he told him, "On this rock I will build my church." When speaking to him privately, okay, you'll hear the objection that he was speaking to all the apostles, but it says in the verse very clearly that he was speaking strictly to Saint Peter. So right then and there, he establishes a hierarchy for the church, right? In every, how do I say it? You know how in the epistles in the Acts of the Apostles, it'll say like, "Hey, there's like a little letterhead. This is me, such and such, writing this to the Corinthians or whatever."
Oh, in the letters?
Yeah, Saint Peter is always regarded. His name is always written first, and that was a formality for hierarchy that was done in more ancient times. So right then and there, you have the apostles, realizing that Saint Peter was picked by Jesus Christ to lead them. And if you study earlier church history, you'll see that the earliest Christians believed all the things Catholicism believes. They had bishops, they had confession, they had mass. These things were always practiced by Christians up until the Protestant Reformation. That's usually just...
Yeah. So under Catholicism, you aren't able to speak directly to God.
No. Yes, you can.
You can. So what's the point of the praying through a saint?
So in the book of Job, there is a verse where the people he was speaking to asked him to pray for them because they realized that he was a holier person than them. So through that, we can obviously gain the implication that prayer from people who are holier than you or who are closer to God than you merit more than you directly. And I think it was in Revelation that it says that people in heaven, the saints, can hear your prayer as well. We don't believe that they themselves, the saints, are like sort of deity or anything.
It's just they're here.
We just recognize that they're holier people. They're in heaven with God, and thus they can intercede for us and pray for us directly.
Couldn't the same thing be applied to your priest? Could you?
Yeah, you can ask anybody to pray for you, really.
So it's no different than somebody going on Facebook and asking everyone to pray for them. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing. Just that you're asking someone who is in heaven,
who's passed
who
on,
has the beatific vision directly and sees God to pray for you. Yes.
But you can still pray to God directly.
Yes, 100%. This is very strongly recommended. Obviously,
Yeah.
we have never been taught to only pray to saints.
Yeah.
There's a method of prayer within Catholicism called mental prayer, and it is strictly you place yourself in the presence of God directly, like that being you acknowledge just his vast greatness, how he describes himself to Moses as just being, just existing, right? Mm-hmm. You place yourself in his presence and you meditate on the crucifixion or something like that. That is an example of personal prayer that we're recommended to do.
Okay. And what is, how do you put this, the correct way to, how do you meditate? I've never
done
that.
That's pretty tough. I only started doing it recently, actually. But pretty so you have to distinguish what like new age secular meditation, like you don't like do crisscross applesauce and then
Indian
say no.
Isn't it just like a total fixation on one idea? There's nothing clouding your mind. It's just
pretty much entirely. You started by clearing all your distractions. You pick a topic, like something that you know you're going to meditate on. That way you don't scatter your thoughts and then think about it later or change your mind or anything like that. And you place yourself in the there's steps to this. I'll just summarize it briefly. I need to go in a second, but
okay.
You place yourself in the presence of God, and then first, this is the third step technically, but you ponder questions about the crucifixion, like I don't know, how long did it last? Um, your mind first scatters, and then fourth step is to meditate and fixate yourself completely on the heart of the topic or whatever it is you're meditating on, and then you want to get to what's called active contemplation, which is just loving God or the thing you're meditating on by just pure act of the will, rather than like restating yourself. You know, I love Jesus, I love Jesus. The point is just to get you to, by your own act, by your own will, without really thinking about it, to just love God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my priest told me anyway. It is pretty difficult though.
It would be difficult to do, especially I mean today. And I think you know what we've been talking. I'm sorry to keep you here so long. We've been talking about the TikTok ban and TikTok in general. And we had some other people in here who got very upset about the fact that I think it's evil. I think it needs to be gone. It ruins you. I think stuff like that targets your attention span, your ability to focus. I think that they put that stuff into play and make it so popular to prevent you from being able to do things like this. Having such a close connection like what you're describing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you think that's insane schizophrenia? Or do you think there's something to that?
No, I mean, doesn't the Chinese government also limit TikTok over there, so it's not as brain rot as it is here?
I don't doubt it.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that in China it's educational only, and here in the United States it's like pure rot.
It's just, like I said earlier, we've been going for almost 3 hours now. But
okay.
It's like someone put it as it being the cure for boredom, and it's true. But that's not a
Yeah,
good
it
thing.
is.
I tried to put that. That's
But
not a good thing.
you know, something I challenged my friend to when he still used TikTok is like, he told me he was just using it, and I told him, can you please tell me like what the last 5 videos you watched were about? And he just couldn't. He couldn't tell me what they were about.
That's a good one. You know, Laura is, and I hate to use names here. I love you, Laura, but she loves it. She won't get off TikTok, and she's telling me all about. You know, I learned so much good stuff. I said, what? Well, and what was probably 10 hours, around 10 hours that day that she'd been on TikTok, she was able to tell me one very vague thing. She couldn't tell me anything about it, but she could tell me what the topic was. Not anything about it, just what it was. That's all she had from that 10 hours.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I need to wake up early tomorrow morning,
Okay.
but
We'll see. Thank you very much, by the way.
yes, if you have any more questions, just let me know.
I will. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
all right.
And do you
Have a
want me to
good
send
night.
you this when I'm done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get some thumbnail up. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye. Anyway, JJ, what do you think? I think JJ is gone. Actually, he's muted. He probably went to go hop on TikTok while Slack was talking. Drew, why don't you get up here? Let's let him up here. I'm glad he pulled in because JJ went AFK. Can you believe that? I can't.
Sigma, what you need?
No, I'm telling you. Look, you know,
What happened?
I think we'd get your opinion on this. You know, so we were
Opinion on what, to be
this
exact?
episode, we've been going for 3 hours. We went through all sorts of stuff, but I mean, big ones. We just had Slack on here, as you saw. We were talking about how to know if you're saved and the differences between the Catholic and Protestant beliefs. But
Hold on. Can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you.
It's okay. I'm gonna ask you in particular. I know you're big into TikTok. You're a TikTok guy, right?
Hell yeah, man. TikTok
we
every
have
day.
been the big thing, the overarching topic has been TikTok. We can't escape it. The ban is coming, hopefully. What do you think?
So I think the ban is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because we're gonna be banning TikTok for stealing our data and shit. But if we use that logic, then basically Instagram, fucking Snapchat, and every other social media app we use should get banned
It
using
should.
that logic. But
100%
the
they
only issue
should.
is that TikTok was made by a Chinese company. That's the only reason why they're singling them out.
Well, that's
That's
the
what I
same
believe.
thing. China is an enemy of ours by far.
But a reason why I think the TikTok ban is also bad is because people make money off that and they help spread their word on TikTok.
Do you think that porn should be banned?
Porn should be. It depends, really.
OnlyFans.
I mean, if we ban it, then how are we gonna? It's gonna be bad because people are gonna want more porn because it's banned. I gotta
People
do
always
this and
wanted.
that. They're gonna find a way around it either way.
People have always wanted it. People have always wanted drugs.
It's in our nature.
It's evil, and it's something we need to get rid of.
I don't think we can escape evil.
No, we
unfortunately.
can't, but we can take measures to prevent it.
Prevent it. Yeah, you're right.
'Cause
Like how
people-
sin, we can't
Yeah.
escape sin, but we can at least not commit as much
True.
sin
True.
as everyone else.
And it helps with younger, more simple-minded people. If it's illegal, maybe I don't want to do
Yeah.
it now. But if it's legal, well, hell, why not? Why not? So
It just depends. I think if we're gonna make a change like that, we're gonna need to look at what it could do to our society.
I don't care. They brought up the point earlier that people make money off of it. I don't care. Like, they're making money doing nothing. Like, they're making money for ruining people's
I mean,
lives.
hey, you make
basically.
money taking advantage of people who cheat on the server, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I
You
get
get them
money
money?
from people who want to be an idiot on the server and cheat. And if they
You
want
get
to
them
come
money?
back and play before everything is up, they can send me some money, and it goes towards the server. I make no money. It goes
Mhm.
directly into keeping it up. So
Oh,
I
you don't use the
as
money?
much,
Okay, that's what to say.
which is, that's what it is. But it's no different. If
I think.
I think that Minecraft as a game and its base, what it is with no changes like a PvP server or something, is actually on the better scale of what you could do in a video game. You're focused on one project, one thing, and you work on it. You build. It's a building video game. It stimulates your mind instead of what TikTok does, and it's just people can't focus. People can't focus anymore. Used to be a bad thing if you couldn't focus. Now it's just seen as normal because of TikTok. It's unfortunate, man. But I see, my thing with it is I don't like censorship. But keeping in mind that TikTok is a site that won't even let you post a video that has a firearm in it, I'm not too sad that they're now getting what they deserve. Just saying. If they're going to censor the people on there, you only do or say certain things, I think, I'm not too sad when they get banned for stealing people's data. And really, I don't care about the data stealing. It's more the fact that they knowingly created this app that is highly addictive, and they play into that. And I think the shops thing is just as bad. They know people spend so much time on this app because of the stuff they implemented that is so addictive. They know it's addictive. They know it gives people a dopamine rush they can't get rid of. They're addicted to it. And they put a shop on there with cheap stuff. So you're looking at it all day. Oh, maybe I'm going to buy this now. Look how cheap it is. That's evil. That should have been banned a long time ago. Instagram's the same way. You should be able to cut off the marketplace, like the little markets on there. You should be able to cut off the shorts, the scrolling. There's no reason for not to be toggleable. It's evil. These corporations, man, they are evil. They just want to make more money. But it would seem that Drew is no longer with us. Neither is JJ. I've been talking to a wall for a little bit now. We've been going for, let's see, I think it's 2 hours 30. I think that's quite long enough. Again, I'll say thank you guys for watching. If you did like the video, go ahead and leave a like. Again, if you didn't like it, leave a dislike. And if you'd like to, see more from us in the future, subscribe. If you want to give us some topics, let us know what you think about some of these things. Leave a comment below. I love reading them. I love replying to them. So